On DAZN, the fights never stop. With the biggest nights in boxing all year long.
It has never been bigger for any fighter in the history of this country. Let's get ready to rumble!
Every week, it's on. So take your seat and join us ringside.
Incredible!
The undisputed global home of boxing. Watch only on DAZN.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the free arena here in Dublin. Myself, Darren Rees, and Owen Lavin, ringside for some prelims action. We have got a few good ones, Owen. We've got some really good fights, actually, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a stacked card. It's missing the main event this time, myself off it, but there's some
mic right up to the mouth.
There's some quality fighters on it, and we should be in for a great night of fighting.
We should indeed, and this place will be rocking later on. We were very lucky to be here. You were the other side of the ropes last time and got yourself a bit of an all-action fight last time round. But the atmosphere was great, even early on in the evening, wasn't it? So we can expect more of the same, I guess.
Definitely. Last time out, it was amazing. The place was full. I'm not sure how it sold this time, but I imagine if there's any crowd at all, this arena is just magic. It electrifies it. I know I was out just before the main card started last time, and it was packed. So I expected to fill up quickly here. I think Bobbi Flood always does big tickets, so I'd say by the time he's in, we'll have a big crowd in, and yeah, I'm sure the card that's lined up will put on a show.
Absolutely. Well, this is what is coming up on the prelims. We're going to kick things off with one of Alex Arthur's sons, Machlan Arthur, in there against Ryan Frost. If you didn't see his debut, which happened in Glasgow on a Nathaniel Collins undercard, he was electric. He was explosive, and he demolished his opponent with body shots. He is one to look out for. Then it is McComb versus Antin. Cully versus Reeves follows that one. Then the star boy, Joe Carrigan, in there against Murray after that one. And then boxing royalty has a son on this undercard, Prince Sami Hamed, in there against Orbin. And then Bobbi Flood, who my right-hand man this evening, Owen Lavin, was talking about, is back in action here this evening. Now, that may well be one of the most electric debuts I may have ever seen and commentated on. Bobbi Flood's debut. It lasted 68 seconds. And it was like it was a main event here. It was quite frankly ridiculous. But this is what is coming up later on, live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. The full main card is exactly what you can see on your screens there. One of the failed twins in there against O'Brien. Stephen Cairns, a fantastic fighter. Dave Colwell says he's the most coachable fighter he may well have ever trained or coached. Adam Elanian, the Irish heavyweight, is back in action as well before he goes to Croke Park on that Katie Taylor undercard in just a few weeks' time, actually. Then it's Royston Barney Smith in against Reece Bellotti, which I think is probably his toughest test yet. And then it's the big one. It's Big Bang, Pierce O'Leary versus Mark Chamberlain. Can I get an early prediction for you for that main one? What are you saying, Owen?
I'd say, look, I think it'll be a great fight. I think Pierce will come out with a stoppage later on. After, I'd say, 6 or 7 rounds, I think he'll start to get in top. Tough fight in Chamberlain. Chamberlain's a tough man, and we've seen it against Rafferty, what he can do, how tough he is. But I think Pierce will just take him out later on.
I think you might be on to something there. Actually, one of my commentary notes, which I made earlier on, when preparing for this fight card, Sean McComb, he says that when he's in Ireland, when he's boxing in Ireland, the crowd, the atmosphere, he reckons gives him another 10% power in his gloves. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, I suppose to a point. I know last time out I was here, the crowd is electric. Look, they won't be long till you know when you're not doing something right either. But I know coming into that last round, I took Liam out in the 8th round last time out here, and it was, you know, I had that roar coming behind me that I knew it was coming. It just gives you that extra little push when you need it.
But there'll be people wondering why you're not inside those ropes this evening. You said it in the intro that the main man isn't there tonight. Right. So, for fans of Owen Lavin who like to see you fight, especially after that last one, what is the next move for you?
Look, we're going to be back out soon. I sat with some of the team earlier. We should have been out tonight, and apologies to anyone who bought tickets to come that was coming to see me, but we'll be back out soon. It was more so, not so much my aim, but it was more just a run and order issue for tonight. So we'll be back out as soon, and we'll have a big end to the year.
What's it like sitting on this side of the ropes when you're watching it? You must have real itchy knuckles. Is it just a bit of a frustrating feeling, is it?
It is and it isn't. Look, I'm glad now I can come and enjoy the fights. There's some great fights on that I'm going to be happy to watch as a fan, but it's not the same. I want to be in there. As a fighter, you always want to be in the ring, no matter what the show. Even going to an amateur show, you get itchy knuckles to get in, so I can't wait to be back out. But for tonight, we'll enjoy this.
Well, Thomas Treiber has taken his place in the centre of the ring, which means that our first fight cannot be too far away, which will be Machlan Arthur versus Ryan Frost. Machlan, of course, the son of Alex Arthur, who had some wonderful fights and is just a bit of a legend of the game, actually. And there's got to be a little bit of pressure on him, hasn't there, really? Just because when you're a son, whether you're Conor Benn or you're Chris Eubank or, you know, like Campbell Hatton had a lot of that stuff as well, didn't he? It's got to be a little bit of pressure on your shoulders. Yeah, definitely. I think anyone that has family that's done well in boxing at any stage, even, but let alone something like Alex has done, there's pressure. But I think having him involved in his career, he has someone that knows it and can talk him through it, so I don't think he should feel too much. He has good advice coming from him, and as long as he can do what he's supposed to do, then pressure won't bother him. I'm sure he will do just fine. He's a God-fearing man, is Machlan Arthur. As I said earlier on, he was spectacular in that debut, and listening to his dad, Alex Arthur, in the build-up to this fight night tonight, it was interesting just to hear him talking about the way that Machlan goes about life, really. You know, for a teenage lad, he's got a smartphone, he doesn't really use it. He hasn't got a girlfriend, he doesn't really go out to the pubs or anything like that. He is literally boxing, boxing, boxing. And that attitude will take you a long way, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. And look, when he's like that, he lives the life. He's not living off his name, he's not living off his dad's career. And so for him, pressure won't bother him. He's well capable of doing whatever he's setting out to do. And yeah, he's living the life that he's supposed to live. And that is exactly what it's all about. And Machlan Arthur will kick off the prelims here this evening. And then, as we said, the main event, Pierce O'Leary against Mark Chamberlain. That fight was meant to happen last time out. Mark Chamberlain couldn't make that fight. And then it was Maxie Hughes who ended up stepping in. And my goodness, was there an atmosphere in here. And it's a great arena, this. For anybody who hasn't been here, it's a bit of a horseshoe effect around on the seating. It's absolutely fantastic for boxing. And the Irish fans really get behind their own. They really do. I was saying to Brian Peters, actually, yesterday, I remember when Katie Taylor boxed Jessica McCaskill, who wasn't here, but I was talking about, you know, fighters who look after their own. Katie Taylor headlined at York Hall. They drunk the place dry. By 9 o'clock, and there was nothing left. It was all gone. Yeah, look, when Irish people get behind anything, they get behind them. Look, you see anything, Conor McGregor, look, you'll see Pierce last time out nearly sold the show by himself. They're electric when they get behind it. And I remember I was here for Katie Taylor, Cameron 1. Wow, what a fight that was, eh? Amazing. And the atmosphere. I remember I came out and I was only just talking about going pro then with the promoters. And I listed a couple arenas that was important to me to fight, and this was one of them. I said, get me in here. It was amazing. MTK and the TF Royal in Castlebar, so hopefully we can get the other two ticked off soon enough. But it's an amazing arena. It's an amazing, and I think what makes it amazing is the people that fill it out. As you said, they'll make noise, they'll make it a special event, and when that happens, you just always want to come back. Do you know what, when I talk about boxing and you talk about people and fans and supporters, for me, doing this job, I go to a lot of different cities, and it's the taxi talk. So when you get into a taxi at a train station or an airport, and then you get in, and then the taxi driver says, what are you doing here, mate? I was going to do an accent there, Owen. I'd stopped myself from doing it. I would have been very dodgy there. And then you tell them I'm here for the boxing, and then soon as they say, you're here for Owen Lavin's fight, you're here for Katie Taylor's fight, that's when you know you're in a fighting city, and Dublin's one of those.
It is. I think everywhere in Ireland is like that. If you go anywhere, they'll know their own. If you go to Mayo and say you're here for boxing, they'll know who you're here for. It's the same here in Dublin. Dublin's really got behind Pearse. He's come on phenomenal from when he turned pro. He brought that crowd up with him, and look, that's why he's here. He's main event. The crowd get behind him, and the other fighters in the card. Like, I'm sure Cairns will have a big crowd up from Cork. Bobbi Flood will have his own Dublin crowd here. That's what they're like. I don't know. There's just something tribal about the Irish people. They will get behind their own. It's a boxing nation. Look, I was boxing from 7 years old, as probably was majority of this card here, and it's like that. You grow up boxing, that people just know you as the boxer, and they get behind you then when you're on these big shows like this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's all about, and boxing is full of stories, and Pearse O'Leary fights here and headlines here tonight, and he quite literally grew up across the road. In his words, he could practically throw a stone at it, which must be amazing. And I was doing a show last week in Saudi Arabia on DAZN on the Anthony Joshua undercard, and there was a fighter on there who said that he used to run past the Echo Arena in Liverpool, and he used to say to himself, one day I'm going to box there, one day. And then he ended up doing it. And this must be really special for Pearse, because you visualise things, don't you, when you want to be successful in whatever it is. And what a moment. Because last time it was Anto Kakachi who ended up being the top of the bill, but Pearse really gets his moment tonight, and that must be really special for him.
Yeah, definitely. Look, that's every fighter's dream. Is look, I'm like that myself. I go to the Mayo football team, just won the All-Ireland. I go to them in McHale Park, I'll watch them, and it'll be every time I'm there, I think someday I'm going to fill this out. I was there for the homecoming. And
is that where you were last week?
Yes, the Mayo football team, that was where I was. I was there then in the homecoming when they brought Sam Maguire back to McHale Park after 75 years. And I think there was 60,000 people there just to watch them bring the trophy in. You're there, you just think, someday I'm going to fill this place out. I'm going to fight for a world title here. Pearse has got that dream now, so it's amazing. That's what every fighter dreams of.
Yeah, special stuff. Well, it's good to be back ringside. Good to be back with a Queensberry fight night. Our next one is going to be Moses Atauma versus Filip Hrgovic in the capital of England, London's O2 Arena. Surely Moses Atauma's toughest test yet as well.
Yeah, definitely amazing fight, that is. Amazing fight, but I think the same guy we're speaking of, it won't faze him at all. I don't think anyway. He's an exceptional talent, so it'll be a fantastic test for him just to really see does that talent carry through to world level.
He's unbelievably exciting. I know Frank Coram was asked about, is he one of the most exciting prospects that you've looked after when it comes to the heavyweights? And he was very quick to say, absolutely he is. He's just explosive, isn't he?
He's an amazing. I know him since we're kids. We was at the Europeans together. Obviously me for Team Ireland, him for Team England. And there was talk of the Ataumas. And I remember he was the year below me, as in boxing terms, and he was a day off, I think, being 2 years below me. But still, I don't think anybody went past the first round with him. I remember at the Europeans, I watched him, and it was just, you knew then he was a sensation. He was going to be amazing. He's not slowed down since.
But there's a famous story of Moses Atauma turning up to spar. I think it was Joe Joyce or somebody like that. But right, Arthur versus Frost is coming up after this.
Rolly, to you. Thanks for being here. You guys are friends-ish? How would you describe your relationship?
It's like my little brother.
Yeah, I suppose, you know.
We spend a lot of time together.
Is it going to be strange at all for you to go out there, you got great power, to try to use that power on a guy you're friends with?
I mean, a boxing fight's a boxing fight. Sparring session, boxing fight's boxing fight, you know? It's like, if it's God's will, Teofimo will be world champion. If it's God's will, I remain champion, continue on my legacy too.
All right, what do you remember about sparring Rolly Romero?
One thing I remember of Rolly is just he doesn't quit. He doesn't quit. And those damn elbows, you motherfucker.
Nah, I just
damn elbows, bro. But other than that, yeah, man, he's grown. He's done much better now in his career. You can see it. So definitely, this is not a walk in the park for me. Yep.
So who got the better of these sparring sessions, to your memories?
I believe Tio got the better. Truly. Remember, we both had our moments.
Everybody had their moments for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all better not sleep on this guy. Don't sleep on this motherfucker. He playing this other character right now.
You think that he's playing a character?
For sure. For fuck. He said it earlier. You ain't hear? Don't tell you what your left hand, your right hand doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you look at Tio, and do you see a difficult fight on August 22nd?
Bro, you're talking about a 2-division world champion that's an Olympian, bro. Mm-hmm. Of course it's a difficult fight. And we know each other.
Mm-hmm. Let's welcome to the ring, Ryan the Iceman Frost.
Well, the fighters are ready to go, and here is the first one. 34-year-old Ryan Frost. He's become a familiar face in the away corner in recent years, having shared the ring with the likes of Michael McKinson, Drew Limond, Mitchell Smith, and multiple others. And tonight, he will face Machlan Arthur.
And now let's welcome to the ring the undefeated Machlan Arthur.
And here he is, 19-year-old Machlan Arthur, the son of a legendary Alex Arthur. He made his debut in Glasgow, April this year. He won in the first round, and it was a demolition job. It was a body-punching masterclass. As we said earlier on, his faith is very important to him. He's a student to the game, and he'll be looking to do the business once again this evening. And I'm sure Ryan Frost would have saw that debut, he would have seen it, and he would have known a little bit about what's coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a great night of World Championship Boxing from the 3 Arena in Dublin, Ireland. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Riot Season, and Global Next Trade. A big thanks to those great sponsors. We get things started with 4 rounds scheduled in the welterweight division. The referee in charge and scoring the contest will be Paul McComb. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing gold and weighed in officially at 148 pounds, 5 ounces. Coming to us from Colchester, England, he is a veteran of 20 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ryan the Iceman Frost. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing gold with red and weighed in officially at 147 pounds, 13 ounces. Hailing from Edinburgh, Scotland, he is undefeated with 1 win, and that 1 win comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Machlan Arthur!
Okay, we're supposed to do the rules. Obey my commands all the time. Until the break clean. Touch gloves. God bless. God bless.
Well, here we go then. Machlan Arthur in his second professional contest. Ryan Frost in his 21st professional contest. Machlan Arthur of Edinburgh, Scotland, in the yellow shorts, boxing in the orthodox stance. Ryan Frost in those gold shorts, boxing in the southpaw stance. If you just joined us, welcome along. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees and Owen Lavin from ringside. And Ryan Frost, he's one of those characters who bites down on his gum shield and gives everybody who gets in the ring of him a very good go and a hard night at the office. But Machlan Arthur, for a young man, Owen, boxes in a very mature way.
Yeah, definitely. They've both actually set up very well here at the start. But he's come out, Arthur. He looks clashing heads, I suppose, a little bit there now. It's always an issue when you find the southpaw, but he's setting up very nicely, Alex. He's going to the body very well with his left hand, which is nice to see someone so early on in his career doing. But no, he looks composed. He looks relaxed. Looks like he pops a little bit too. Good shot landed there.
Good work there, and there's a left hand straight to the body from Machlan Arthur. Exactly the same shot which he landed in his debut and won him that contest. And Ryan Frost takes a big deep breath and he's back to his feet again. And I can guarantee you Arthur will land plenty more of those. There it is again, left hand straight under the right elbow from Arthur. Frost bites down on the gum shield and tries to really bring it to Arthur. And there's straight left hand down the middle from Frost.
Lovely shot. He just wants to be careful. He's good at getting his left hand, Frost is. He's good at getting it off straight down the middle. See there again, he's good at stepping in. So I think as he's just copped it there, so he's stepping back in his left hook. But that was a lovely body shot. I think I'm sure he's going to set it up again. Sets up very well going forward, Arthur does.
This is good pressure from Arthur. And Frost has got to have his wits about him. But he's still standing there in the pocket, isn't he, Owen?
Yeah, definitely. Look, but it's good to see the response from Arthur. He's not just running over, that he's dropped him down, running, swinging wild. He's still looking composed. He's just setting it back up again. But I think he knows now he can hurt him. And he looks like a fighter that, if he knows he can get to you, he's very confident in doing that.
And Arthur just gauging his distance at the moment, waiting for the right moment. You can see he's almost looking for that left hook to the body, which is a fantastic shot of his, one that he really knows how to throw and how to place. And there's a right hook to the body from Arthur.
Oh, that's a good shot. It's a good shot. He's felt that as well around the back of the ribs.
Nice work a moment ago. Doubled it upstairs with a jab and then just swung in a right hand to the body. Last few seconds of the opening round.
Very good on the inside, Arthur. It's a great round.
It's a real skill to be able to throw body punches so accurately, isn't it? Because it's one thing throwing them, it's another thing landing them entirely.
Definitely. Look, and it's a skill that goes just... it's almost like a skill that's dying out a little bit in the sport, but it's great to see it in someone who's only, second fight in. I just know even in my own gym in Manchester and Anthony Crawler, it's something we work on a lot, but it's a real skill. If you can, especially as you get on in your career, if you can hurt someone to the body, you have them in your pocket all night, because it's somewhere where you're always going to open them up, slow them down later on in the fight. But it's here in a 4-rounder, and he's already feeling it after the first round. He's feeling them body shots now, where when this lad moves on to 6 and 8 rounds, them shots will definitely stand to him.
We'll see what both men bring in this second round. Machlan Arthur keen to progress in this sport at the right pace, but he has high expectations. He looked at his dad in the eyes when he was 5 years old and he said, I will be a world champion. This is another step on the journey to potentially achieving that. Tonight it's all about getting through and beating Ryan Frost, who's been in there with some really good contenders, some slick boxers like the Michael McKinsons, the Drew Limons, the Mitchell Smiths. Nice overhand right there from Arthur. And Ryan Frost definitely not being negative.
Nah, look, as you said, he's been in with good company. He's well schooled, he's not stupid. He's very talented himself, Frost, but I think Arthur he definitely looks like the real deal. He squares up well, picks his shots well. He's come out now, he's clever, he's kind of slowed down. and just picking the shots, which he's going to have to do now. I think he's setting himself up well, just there like he's done now. So far it's been very impressive.
Do you know what's really nice to see is when you get an away corner fighter who actually meets the man in the middle, meets the fighter in the middle, and mixes it up with them.
That's it, and he's trying to box. He's not like, sometimes you have fighters that'll come and they'll try to spoil the fight. They'll go forward, they'll drop their head, they'll hold. He's boxing. He's got great skills, Frost has. I just think Arthur will be a little bit too much for him. Good shot.
Arthur picking his shots. Can he pin Frost down for a considerable amount of time? So let more of them, one of them go.
I'd like to see him kind of doubling up his attacks. See there now and going again. It's hard to fold him. That's why I'd like to see him double him up. I think Frost is clever. He'd just get away as soon as he's punching. I think if he doubles up his speed, 2 and 3 phase attacks, he'll get through very quick. There, a lovely shot.
Well, it was the left hook to the body which dropped Frost in the opening round.
Shot.
Another good shot there from Arthur.
Yeah, he's very focused, he's very calm, relaxed, he's comfortable. Especially opening the show in a big hall like this, that may be a kind of half-empty arena, but everybody's here. They're up on their feet watching him. They're laser focused. But he's stayed calm, he's stayed concentrated, which is great to see. Great experience.
A right hand landed from Machlan Arthur, and his dad Alex pointed to say, "Go forward, son." But he's boxing well, as we said earlier. He's a young man with a wise head on his shoulders, it seems, especially from his boxing style. There's that left hook to the body. The right hand over the top miss, but the left hook landed nicely.
Yeah, again, I think the only thing really that could just 2 and 3 phase attacks, I think maybe a touch a little bit, a few more feints. He's just got a tricky opponent in front of him, someone that's skilled and clever, that's using his feet properly. He's throwing and then he's getting out quick. But I'm sure they'll advise him correctly in the corner.
But that's what these fights are about. It's the apprenticeship, isn't it?
Definitely. And some people mistake it, like they look at a losing record and think, oh, he's crap. He's not. This guy here, he could turn over a lot of pros if they showed up. A lot of prospects that show up and they wouldn't be ready for someone like this, and they get turned over very quick. Whereas he's proven that Arthur is the real deal tonight.
Well, so far, so good. And as Owen Lavin sat next to me on the commentary table has said, he has got a bit of a tricky opponent in front of him, a puzzle which he has got to work out. But 2 rounds up in this 4-round contest, or scheduled for 4 rounds in the welterweight division, in our opinion anyway. Machlan Arthur stood in between the breaks there and straight out into the centre of the ring and meets Ryan Frost. And Ryan Frost, again, he's not being that typical kind of negative journeyman. He's meeting his man in the middle and he's asking questions of Arthur, and he will continue to do so for the entire 4 rounds unless Arthur can get him out of there sooner. But an experienced operator, a nice left hook over the top there from Arthur. He knows he landed that one.
Yeah, they've given good advice in the corner. Look, they've told him, tuck up, stay in the pocket, stay there in front of him. Don't rush it, but as he's doing there, they're telling him just keep walking forward, walk him down, and counter his attacks. And he's there now, he's landing nicely. Good, great shot. Oh.
Body punch in again from Arthur. There's a right hook to the body, and a left hand followed.
Oh.
And there's a right straight down the middle.
He's picking gorgeous punches, picking lovely to the body, and then he's coming up nice up to the head. A little bit of touching, a little bit of feinting, just setting it up, and then whacked him in.
He's not wasting anything, is he?
No, definitely not. A little bit of touching might do him good. Frost is clever now. He's thinking, I'm not taking any more of them. But I think if you touch him, a few more feints, just good. And then keep dropping into the body. Good shot.
Halfway through the penultimate round.
He's enjoying it now. He's comfortable. He's relaxed, and he's doing what he wants to do. He's in control of the fight. He's setting up the shot. He's just and still being careful that he's not walking into anything silly, because there is good shots coming back as well.
And Frost just misses there with a straight left hand of his own from that southpaw stance. But Arthur not giving him a moment to breathe or really think about his work, and lands a right hand. A bit sneaky, straight through the middle. Good work with the jab from Arthur as Frost circles around. And
He's been good. He's been very, very good. I'd like to see him maybe putting a few more behind it now, throwing 3s and 4s, rather than just looking with a single one. Frost is very tricky. He'll wait for that one to come and then get away like he done there. Just there, let your hands go, open up a little bit more, but it's hard to criticise him. He's been very good.
As you said a little while ago, Owen, he's felt, I think, the bit of the power, especially on those body shots, and he's not sticking around as much as he was a little bit earlier on.
Definitely.
And that is fair enough, isn't it? Because you can hear from where we're sat, just a few feet away, those body shots are really, they're really going in.
They're great shots, and they're slowing him down as well, so he knows his feet are slower, so he's not going to get out as quick. So I see here at the end of the round, he's kind of slowed his feet down a little bit, Frost, but he doesn't want to be in front of them shots, so that's where you kind of back him up a little bit and let your hands go in combinations. But he's been very good. It'd be exciting now to see him in the last round, how he comes out, how he deals with it. Does he stick it on him, or does he just stick to the plan, stay safe? You always have a risk fighting a southpaw, especially someone that jumps in like Frost has been doing. You always have that fear of a head clash or something like that, cutting you open, and a prospect like Arthur, you don't need nothing like that. So it'd be just interesting to see how they finish it. Will they put the foot down and enjoy the last round, or will they just stick to the boxing and carry out the game plan?
Is that what you think his dad's saying in the corner? Just stick to the boxing, enjoy it, more of the same?
It could be, like, more of the same, could still get him out of there. I'd just like to see how he, not even so much the corner is giving him the right stuff. I see there they're telling him combinations of, I think there was 4 shots in that one he showed him, so that's what he needs, and he's been class, he's been very, very good, so just go on now and finish it off.
Of course, the trainer of Machlan is Alex Arthur, and he says Machlan, that his favourite training is one-on-one pad work with his dad. He said he's just a straight book of wisdom. Been there, done it, got the T-shirt. A lovely shot there by Machlan Arthur. And Brian Frost is on the canvas. He's got a smile on his face, but that is because he's being caught and he's just trying to catch his breath there. And the referee will allow him to continue because he's showing all the right signs. Can Arthur get this over and done with in the 4th and final round of this contest? Frost straight back into Arthur, really giving it a go himself. And the body shots keep coming back from Machlan Arthur. Frost grabbing hold of his man and probably doing the right thing, Owen.
Definitely. I think he started wrong. I think he's come out and tried to give, as a lot of men on the road do, they come out and have a go in the last round, but he's very good inside Arthur, so he walks straight into another big shot, as he done there. He's class inside. He's very good when he lets his hands go.
Could it be 2 fights, 1 inside the distance for Machlan Arthur, as we've got just under 2 minutes to go? No, we haven't. The referee calls it off. And Machlan Arthur is 2-0 with 2 stoppages. And we said he was a fabulous body puncher, and the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, definitely. Look, brilliant body puncher, but he caught him a lovely uppercut, a lead hand uppercut on the inside there, which is a lovely shot to land, especially someone so early on in your career. He's the real deal. That's very, very good. Very good boxing. As I said, it was interesting to see how they come out in the last round. I think he had the choice made for him. Frost come out and tried to stick it on him in the last round, and that just played right into his hands. He was calm, caught him up the middle, and then he finished him off lovely there. It was a great call by the ref to call it off. He was very composed, Arthur was.
Well said, that man. A good stoppage by the referee. Well, over to Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 5 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Paul McComb, waves off the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Machlan Arthur! Let's now welcome to the ring, Cesar El Gato Antin.
But the action continues here live from ringside at a free arena in Dublin. And here is 33-year-old Argentine Cesar Antin. He's a tricky customer, knows every trick in the book, and will stand there and try to make life as difficult as possible for the man who will be in front of him from Ireland in just a moment.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Sean the Public Nuisance McComb.
And here is 33-year-old Irishman, former top amateur, an extremely experienced pro, Sean McComb. He's been after a big name in the super lightweight division for quite some time. He lost a split decision against Arnold Barbotas Jr. in New York a couple of years ago, a fight that he absolutely believed that he won, and many others did as well. And tonight is about winning and cementing his name in for a big fight, potentially against tonight's headliner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with 6 rounds scheduled in the super lightweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Riyadh Season, and Global Next Trade. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring the contest will be Padraig O'Roctagon. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trunks and weighed in officially at 141 pounds, 6 ounces. Coming to us from El Bolsón, Rio Negro, Argentina, he brings a professional record consisting of 20 wins, 22 defeats, 1 draw, 8 of his 20 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cesar El Gato Antin. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing green with purple and weighed in officially at 142 pounds, 13 ounces. Hailing from Belfast, Northern Ireland, he has a professional record of 21 wins, 2 defeats, 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the current IBF European Champion, Sean the Public Nuisance McComb.
Let's have a clean fight. Keep the punches up there. Keep the punches up there. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. You know you live, switch goes.
Well, here we go. Fight number 2 on the prelims on this magnificent card in Dublin. Sean McComb of Ireland in there against Cesar Antin of Argentina. The Argentine in those silver and white shorts. McComb in the green with the orange and purple stripes. Getting straight to business in the southpaw stance, just trying to pop that jab out. He's after a big fight domestically, would quite like to fight Pierce O'Leary, Adam Azim, one of those types of fighters, and believes that this place would be rocking if that fight came to fruition. Maybe it will, but he's got a man in front of him, but he's got to get the job done against him tonight. But good fluid work to start with, Owen.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I know Sean for years when I was a young fighter coming up. used to watch a lot of Sean. Very, very talented. He's a nightmare for anyone when he's in his rhythm, when he's on form. Very awkward. He's massive, tall for the weight. Big, long arms, and very clever at getting in and out. Very hard to hit.
You're right, he is very tall for that weight. And as a super lightweight, he stands at 6 foot tall. And he's taller than any of the top 10 fighters across the governing bodies in that weight division. He has got the reach on his side. And this is good work from the Irishman. Just flicking out that jab over and over again.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's starting to get into his rhythm here.
Yeah, once he has his distance on you, he's a nightmare because he gets in and out, you can't touch him. And he's picking you off from places you don't think you're going to get hit from. Just needs to keep tight. He got a jab there, but when he's in his form, he's a nightmare for anyone.
As I said in the intro, extremely experienced, been in there with so many top operators, which he would have learned a hell of a lot from. And he's a handful of a fighter.
Yeah, definitely. Again, his control, he didn't like being in the pocket there. He took a couple of shots inside, but again, once he gets his distance, and when he's on his front foot, he's a fucking nightmare. He's got him in trouble here, picking off nice body shots, but he looks calm, he looks composed, Argentinian, so.
Well, Antin's soaking up probably a little bit too much punishment at the moment, and he's been in that corner for quite some time, and McComb having a whale of a time there. Just picking his man off, head and body, body and head, mixing it up. Antin comes back with one of his own, but it's just not strong enough at the moment to contend with McComb.
No.
Good body punching, jab upstairs, and that lead hook to the body works well for McComb.
I think he's just calm at the minute, McComb. Like a lot of his shots, they're just arm punches. He's not really turning his body into them too much. Again, he doesn't want to be in somewhere like that. He gets caught over the top, but took it well. Doesn't bother him. But yeah, great round. Someone so experienced, and sometimes it can be hard to commentate on them. For me, anyway, someone that's more experienced than me, you can see what he's doing, and you can see even when he's doing something wrong, a lot of the time he's setting up something that's the right idea. He just doesn't want to get tied up there in the corner of the form, and I can't see him having any trouble there tonight.
It was quite interesting to see Cesar Antin. He was just situating himself in that far corner there from our commentary position. I wouldn't say he looked happy there, but he didn't look in a hurry to move either, did he?
No, but again, I don't think McComb put a lot behind any of his shots. He's not known as a big puncher, and he doesn't come out as a big puncher. He doesn't go, for knockouts. What he is, he's a very skilled fighter, and he'll outbox you. But be interesting to see as the fight goes on. Will he sit down a little bit more and turn some of them shots in? But again, he's someone who doesn't have to. He can just box ahead of you for 10 rounds if he needs to.
Well, let's see what this round has got to offer, and the advice that would have come from Peter Taylor in that corner, in the blue corner here in Dublin.
That's where McComb is most comfortable. When someone's coming after him, he's just picking them off and moving away. But as an amateur, he had massive successes. That just there like that, staying mid to long distance, picking off rapid, quick shots, and then moving.
Beautiful free shot combination there. Lovely. Slick 1-2, left, right hook to the body. And there it is. That's exactly it, isn't it, Owen? It's just picking your man off when you wish to do so.
That's it. And when he's comfortable, when he gets in his rhythm, he's a nightmare. And see there, now he's comfortable. He's picking you off when you don't think he's going to come, and then he's gone when you go to let your hands go. It's just, he doesn't need to put much in his shots. Most of his shots are arm punches, just turning in, letting them go as he's flicking them out there, and then he'll just move off.
And Antin really trying to bring the pressure here, meeting his man toe to toe, gets through with a couple of shots there, but McComb showing off his defensive skills.
It's good inside there, but again, he doesn't want to take too much inside or stay inside too much. I'm sure he has big aspirations for the rest of the year, so he doesn't need any cuts or any upsets.
Good hook to the body there from Antin. The Argentine doing his absolute best to meet McComb and have a bit of a trade-off. McComb, he's beating him to the punch. That's the problem for Antine, isn't it?
Yeah. He's very clever. He's very clever, Sean. He kind of read the shot that's coming, react to it, and then counter. He kind of almost anticipates what's going to come.
McComb circling around in that southpaw stance, jabbing as he's moving. Nice straight left to the body.
Yeah, great shot. So he's very well schooled, Sean. He's landed a nice shot there. He's got Pete in the corner there. I just know from seeing them work, they'll anticipate a lot. They'll kind of plan. They'll kind of almost have routines where he'll move his feet in a particular way in anticipation of what's going to come back, just to set you up for that counter. And there's not many better at it than Sean McComb. Again, lovely shots.
What's impressive for me is that McComb doesn't really need to land heavy-handed shots to be effective, does he? Yeah. Even those pitter-patter type of shots are effective in their own way, aren't they? Because they set him up for whatever he wants to throw next.
Definitely, and it doesn't matter when you're coming forward in them small gloves and you're walking into a shot that you don't expect coming. Like he's just done there, he took a body shot that's hurt him. They hurt when they land. They hurt. Like he finished that round very well there. He had him on the ropes, picking off lovely shots, and then he was just calm coming backwards, countering him.
I mean, you'll be able to vouch for this, and I know that one of our fighters later on, Royston Barney-Smith, who will be on the main broadcast later on, was speaking to me about the level of opposition which you get opposite you will raise your levels as a fighter. And I think we're probably seeing a little bit of that with McComb, aren't we? Like, he's got another level to go to, hasn't he?
Definitely, and another 10 levels. Sean, you could put him in against a world-level operator, and as we've seen before, was it Barbosa? And he wouldn't look out of place. But it can be sometimes it can be awkward for someone like Sean that wants to fight at world level, a proper chess match. Sometimes a small, a tough away fighter coming just to try to throw things off can be a difficult night. But I can't see him having any trouble.
Well, McComb in here for the 24th time as a professional, boxing since he was 8 years old. Did very well as an amateur, a highly respected fighter. Straight out in this third round of this 6-round contest, and letting Antine have it. Nice light shots, and then sinks in a big one to the body. There it is, that straight left down the middle. Clever work here from the Irishman.
Yeah, that's where Sean McComb is the best. He's always been the best when something's coming after him, making them miss and countering them. The pro game's a little bit different. You have to step forward, but as he's just done there, he showed he can do that effectively.
Good work there from McComb.
Yeah,
it keeps Antine on the ropes a little bit longer than he probably wanted to be there. Good shot again.
That's where he wants to be, Sean. That's where he wants to be. You'll see, look, he's doing a lot of feinting and stuff like that, but against someone like this, they're not reacting to the feints. They don't want to get involved. It can be frustrating for him, but when they're coming forward, they're trying to let their hands go. That's where he's having success. He's reacting properly and countering. I think he has him hurt here a little bit. He's not enjoying it now.
There's some spite in these punches, especially the ones which are being thrown to the body. And something you said earlier on, Owen, is about the way that he reads the opponent. He reads the shot which is coming towards him, and then he comes up with a perfect answer almost every time, doesn't he?
Even there, he touched, and it looked like he was going to drop to the body, but he whipped his backhand around instead. He's not a big puncher. He's not a power puncher. So he wants someone that's going to get involved, get active, that he can count them, outbox them, score. Like to see something coming back here now, though. Good.
Nice work there from McComb. Lead hand to the body, then straight upstairs to the head. There was a few shots that got through from Antine before he landed up. But nice and relaxed, comes forward as he's got the Argentine on the ropes, flicking out that southpaw jab and
good shot.
Sticks in a left uppercut to the body. Antine is a tough character, though. He will keep coming. He'll keep coming forward. We've seen him before. And it would be a good job to get him out of here with inside the distance, but plenty of time to go still.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's hurt him. He's landed nice shots. 6 rounds is not a long time to take someone out like this, especially when you're not known as being a, you know, kind of a power puncher fighter. But he's definitely hurt him. I think it's just that consistently beating him down as well. You know, he's landing. I'd like to see the punch stats after, but he's landed a lot of shots on him. Again, you know, you don't want to be getting hit in the head like this consistently every round.
We know that Cesar Antin has got the engine to go many a round. He went 10 rounds with Harlem Eubank. He did the same with Ivan Mendy a good few years ago. And he knows exactly how to survive. He knows how to manage the fight. And he's asking some good questions, isn't he, of McComb?
Definitely, and Sean, like, even just from the fighters that you've named out, he needs to lay down and make a bit of a statement tonight where even if he's not getting him out over a 6th round, it can be tough to get someone like this out over 6. If he's not getting him out, he needs to look very, very impressive, and look, he has done so far, but he needs to make a statement, whereas, you know, if he's calling for these big fights, he's in his second fight in now, he's early on in this card. He's not going to want to be early on in the card like this. He's going to want to be the main event against someone like the Pierce, so he needs to lay down the law, needs to have a good win and come off the back and call out these bigger lads.
That's exactly what he wants. He wants to headline this place. Ideally, it would be great, him versus Pierce O'Leary, but they've both got opponents they've got to beat tonight. Of course, Big Bang Pierce O'Leary headlines here later on, live and exclusively on DAZN. And Sean McComb comes straight out in this round in the same that he did in the 3 previous rounds, in that southpaw stance. Nice and relaxed, flicking the shots out. Antin doing exactly more of the same as he tries to charge forward and pin McComb down, which is a easier thing to say than it is to do. Good fluid work from the Irishman.
Yeah, definitely. Look, as I said, he needs to look classy. He needs to look very good. There should be no close rounds in a fight like this. You know, you can't expect to have a fight with Pierce O'Leary if you're having close rounds with a guy with 22 losses. Not that he has had any close rounds. And again, as I said before, when someone's chasing him, that's where he's at his best.
McComb looking relaxed and looking like he's enjoying himself, and he's enjoying his work as well. With that lead hand, waist height, just popping the jab out. Antin tries to sink in a right hand to the body, but gets clipped with a 1-2 lead hook. And there's that lead hook again. McComb throws it as he just circles round anti-clockwise. Good work there. There's that combination again. Constantly got Antin thinking. He's a sort of fighter, actually, Owen, that he must be quite exhausting to just keep up with in terms of work rate, isn't he?
But that's what he wants. He wants this. He wants him running after him so he can pick him off, counter him, walk him onto nice shots like he does there. Then they let 4 or 5 go. But he doesn't want someone that will sit in the ropes and kind of tuck up and try to absorb him, because he's wasting more energy than he wants to be wasting. He's someone that he'll feint, he'll move his feet, he's turning off as he's doing now, and he'll just exhaust you mentally and physically.
Lovely 1-2 straight through the middle there from McComb.
Yeah, he's landing lovely shots.
Picking his shots well. There it is again. Straight left hand on the middle. And then that lead hand over the top on the temple. Catches Cesar Antin of Argentina with it once again, who bites down on his gum shield. Tries to use his forearm to push the Irishman back and let a few shots of his own go. And doubles up his own lead hook, body then head. And he gets through with a couple of them. But McComb looks comfortable.
Yeah, he's chill. He's very, very experienced, Sean. There's not much he's not seen already. He's been at the highest level, both pro and amateur. Again, like you just see there, so composed in the corner, come back there with his own work.
That was really impressive, that round, actually, from McComb, because Antin isn't one of these fighters who's just kind of got his hands up and is circling around the ropes. He is trying to bring it, and we've seen it before with those fighters that we mentioned earlier on. And that is, as a fighter, that's the type of fight you want, isn't it? Because sometimes the away corner fighters, they can make really good fighters look ordinary, can't they?
Oh, definitely. Look, you don't want someone to come in negative, especially it's any fighter. But as we've said over and over about the level Sean's been at, you don't want to go from competing as for a world title as a pro to, you know, boxing a tin can that's just going to come and hold you and try spoil the fight. You want to be in an exciting fight. As we've said, he's looking for the bigger fight, so he's got to look impressive here, and he has done so far.
Exactly what Owen said. Is he setting himself up for a fight with Pierce O'Leary? Is that one for the future? But here we are in round 5 or 6 against Cesar Antin, who meets McComb in the middle. And then you can almost hear the cogs in his brain moving, the way that he's just trying to work it out. But it seems every time that he throws something, he gets caught with a couple back himself. And he's struggling to beat McComb to the punches there. And that was a nice left hand to the body. McComb just dipped down on his legs and sunk it in.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think he knows he's not working out this puzzle. He's just getting through the fight now. But that's where Sean needs to just show us something different, show us something special. Whatever that may be, whether just keep doing what he's doing and just absolutely outclass him, or seeking you turn on some fireworks. But again, he's got a tough guy in front of him. I don't think, like, his game plan, Sean, he's not a massive puncher, as we said, but he's hurting him. So it could be just interesting to see how the next round and a half can finish out.
And Antin finds himself in the corner again. The big clubbering left hand comes around the side from McComb. And a short left hook came back from the Argentinian fighter. And there's a couple more. He fires back when he's on the ropes there.
I'd like to see him put more in behind them. Like, obviously he's not a big puncher, but a lot of his shots, even there in the corner, they're only arm shots. He's not putting 100% into them. I'd like to see him sink in a little bit and see what he can do. I think if he does that left hand is there whipping around the body. But again, as he's doing punching now, he's got him in an awful position where he's just eating punches now.
But the punches are coming in, punches when he wants to. And Antin once again in the corner. He doesn't want to stay there for too long.
He needs to keep him there, McComb. He needs to put it on him now. And if that's how he's going to do him, just pepper him, get him out of there. Just keep sticking it on him. There's nothing coming back. There's very little to worry about. And he's experienced enough that, as he done there, if something does, he just react to it and counter over.
Nice straight left hand down the middle from McComb.
Yeah, I think he's hurt now, Antin, a little bit. He's not so much physically really hurt, but I think his head is gone where he's just sick of getting hit.
Short uppercut from McComb again. And then back to that jab. Everything comes off that jab for him. Just pops it out constantly, and he lunges in with that straight left hand. So we're going to the last few seconds of the round. But I feel like McComb, if he really wanted to, could put his foot down here. But he seems quite happy just kind of cruising through this fight at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's a fighter where rounds, he likes the more rounds, I'm sure. I'm sure, like, you know, the 10 and 12 rounds will suit him a lot more, picking ads off and stuff. Just watching what the corner is telling him. They're telling him pressure, pressure, pressure. Wait for a counter, step back and then react to it. Which is what has been done that whole last round. And it's working. We just almost as a fan more than anything, I just want to see him show us something now in this last round, show his best. As we said before, you were speaking about Royston, and I think Sean definitely is someone that he rises to the occasion of the man that's across from him. I think now he knows he has the fight won. He knows he's not going to have much difficulty in the last round, but I'd just like to see, I'm just hoping he won't sit back and be comfortable just taking the easy points win. I just want to see, you know, finish the show out now and give us something to enjoy.
Well, let's see if he can do it. The 6th and final round, the second fight on the prelims. Still plenty more to come. Machlan Arthur won in the opening fight of the evening or the afternoon in a 4th round. Now it's 2 fights, 2 wins by stoppage for him. Can McComb get the job done here in the 6th and final round? This one in the super lightweight division. Cesar Antin chucked in a big horrible right hand there. But McComb just a little bit too clever for him. Too sharp, beating him to the punches over and over again as he circles round and makes the Argentine miss.
Definitely, as we said before, when someone's walking after him, he walks them onto lovely shots. Steps off lovely to his right hand side. Very awkward as a southpaw. But again, shots like them, he just doesn't need to be sitting there taking them. You know, close. That's what he should be doing. Close out the show properly. You know, he got complacent, as I was saying there. This is more like we should be seeing. You know, not complacent that he has the fight won. Finish the show. Finish the fight. Close it out now, as he's doing. He's back on the front foot. This is more like it. Just standing there taking shots, just trying to defend. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see him finishing it. Good. He's landed, look, he's landed nasty shots now. He's back up on his feet, landing shots, turning them off. This is it. He's finishing out the fight properly now.
McComb back to picking his punches, not standing there in the middle, getting caught with unnecessary shots. This is good work from McComb. Nice straight left hand down the middle, then through that lead hook and just circled off, gained some valuable space. And there he goes again. This is more like it.
There's a minute left now. Just finish it out properly. You know, that's the only worry with Sean is he would get complacent. You know, when he's winning so much, he knows there's not much of a risk coming back, that he'd just stand and kind of just let the fight finish out by itself. Put the foot down and finish it out, which he's done now. He's looked well now since that flurry.
We're into the last 50 seconds of the contest. If McComb's going to get him out of there, now is the time to do it. Antin, hats off to him. He's done nothing but walk forward in this 6th rounder.
Definitely. It's not even getting him out of there. You know, I'm not expecting him, and I wasn't expecting him to get him out of there. It's just like he's been doing now since then, is, you know, finishing out the show, showing us what he can do. As he's doing there, set the shots up properly, make him miss. Just class, you know. Sean's a very, very classy boxer. As he's just showed us there, when he's focused, he's one of the best in the world.
McComb finishing this round and this fight well as he got Antin in the corner once again. Just drops his legs and throws some pretty heavy shots to the body and the head, but a few decent ones came back from Antin, who's been a worthy opponent, a good opponent, and shakes his head as he walks back to his team. But another contest which he's got through, but surely is a 6-round win for Sean McComb.
Yeah, definitely, and he looked very impressive doing it. He looked amazing at times. It's just, as we said before, you know, in a fight like this, sometimes it can be hard to get up for someone at Sean McComb's level, the level he's been at. He wants someone at world level. He wants them big fights, them big paydays. So it can be a risk coming in a fight like this, taking it on. You know, he's by no means a tin can Antin.
Well, Thomas Triber is ready, so we shall go to him for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Padrin O'Roctagon, scores it 62-54 for your winner, Sean the Public Nuisance McComb. welcome to the ring, Lee El Campo Reeves.
Well, here we go. The action continues, and here is 31-year-old Limerick man and heavy-handed southpaw Lee Reeves. In his past 5 fights, 4 of them haven't gone the distance. 3 of those were over and done with in the opening round. He's aware of how big of an opportunity this is, and I'm sure he has every plan of taking it with both hands.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Garry the Diva Cully.
And here's the man who will be in the opposite corner, 30-year-old nice man and proud Irishman, Garry Cully. He had a couple of years out of the ring as he regrouped after 2 defeats and came back, in his words, as Garry Cully 2.0. We saw him here in this very arena in April, back to winning ways in a 6-rounder. And tonight, he's back in the mix with an opponent who will be doing everything possible to get the decision. Big moment for him, Owen.
Definitely, it's a great fight this. You have Cully, who was kind of everything to lose. He's been in this position here before, in the same arena. I was here tonight. He was on the co-main event of Katie. Things went wrong for him, and he's back in a situation like that now here, where things go wrong. They could go very wrong.
In the super lightweight division, it's brought to you by Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Riyadh Season, and Global Next Trade. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, and scoring the contest will be Emil Teat. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white and gold and weighing in officially at 138 pounds, 9 ounces. Coming to us from Limerick, Ireland, he has a record of 16 wins, just 1 defeat, 11 of his 16 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former NABF champion, Lee El Campo Reeves. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing green with pink and weighing in at 139 pounds, 10 ounces. Hailing from Nice, Ireland, he has a professional record of 19 wins, 2 defeats, 10 of his 19 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Garry the Diva Cully.
Well, here you go, Garry Cully versus Lee Reeves. The volume has gone up inside the free arena. And Reeves straight out on the front foot, putting the pressure on exactly the way we expected him to start. Yeah. He's got an aggressive, come forward southpaw style. And he's a proper opponent for Garry Cully. And Cully came back to winning ways in a 6-rounder last time out. And that was against a typical kind of away corner fighter, if you like. But tonight, Owen, he's got a man who is really coming to get the decision.
Yeah, definitely. And look, he started correctly here, Lee. As long as he, stays correct, does everything as he should, I think he could be in for a big night. Garry needs to get behind his jab, get comfortable. That he knows what's going to come now. Reeves is going to try rough him up. He's going to try catch him flash on the way in, but he needs to be ready for that. He needs to pick him off. He needs to be on the that's it. Good. He needs to be on the front foot, picking him off there.
I tell you what, we've got a fight on our hands here. Owen, these two are mixing up nicely.
Definitely. He looks strong. He's letting off quick as well. He's letting some good shots go.
Good work there from Cully. 1-2, and then a lead hook to the body. And Reeves will meet him in the middle at any opportunity as he fires off the 1-2 in that southpaw stance. There it goes again with a straight left hand and lead hook to the head.
Yeah, I think Garry needs to be first. He needs to get on top of him early on, picking him off. Good shots from both men. Garry doesn't want to be getting pushed back too much.
I think this is going to be very interesting indeed for as long as it lasts. It could go 10 rounds. That's what it's scheduled for, but the way this is going at the moment, I can see one or t'other hitting the canvas at some point.
Definitely. Look, it's going to be a fight of fireworks. It's already started a massive first round. This is a 10-round fight, so if this pace keeps up, we'll see how it comes out.
And every time that Reeves lands a shot, you can see it gives him a tiny boost of confidence every single time. And he's the one that said that he feels when he fights at home in Ireland, that is what gives him that 10% extra power in his gloves. That's what he feels like. Can he land the shot, which is significant enough to send Cully to the canvas? But Cully looks confident.
Both men have started well. He looks very confidently, as long as he's not walking into silly shots. He walked into one there a little bit. Gary's very good when he's letting his hands go, but since his last thing, he's been a little bit gun shy, so I think this will knock that out of him very quick. Even just here in the first round, both men have thrown helpful out there. It's been a great fight so far.
What an opening round. What are you liking from the pair of them?
I like it from the both. They're both having a go. I think Lee shocked Garry a little bit. I'm sure they knew he'd come, but I don't think they think he'd come out the gates just like that. I think he went straight for him, and he kept the pace up the whole round. Both men look very fit. They're both very big at the weight. I think Lee looks in great condition. That I'm sure he can keep this pace up for 10 rounds. Be interesting to see how Cully deals with it. He came back well there in the opening round. He come back, especially when they were in the middle. He let some combinations go, look very well on it, but it was a great first round.
Well, hopefully the rounds that follow will be similar to that, because that was good action. Both men will meet each other and they will exchange blows. Cully straight off of that stool. He's raring to go, isn't he?
Both men are fired up. I watched Lee in the corner there, and he just stared at him the whole round across the corner to him. He's focused. He wants this win. You can see it in his eyes. Look, I'm sure Garry doesn't want to want any slip-ups here either. Gary's a very experienced fighter as well, remember.
Cully just trying to use that range, those long levers of his.
That's it. Someone like Garry, so big, and he wants to be first, and he's aggressive when he lets his hands go, Garry. This is more like it from Cully.
And great work from the pair of them as they practically stand toe-to-toe, both of them boxing in the southpaw stance. And the referee just warning them about their heads. We don't want any cuts in this fight. No, thank you. And Reeves just trying to be annoying with that jab, sticking it in his face as he lands a left hand over the top. Cully, nice tight guard, meets him in the middle again. And the gum shield has come out of Reeves by the look of it. No, it's Cully's gum shield. And the crowd a little bit frustrated because they were enjoying the action which they were watching.
Yeah, it's been a much better second round from Cully. I don't think, though, he doesn't look to enjoy the pace as much as Lee, but we'll see as it goes on. I know Niall Barrett has the crew down there very well conditioned, so I'm sure it won't be an issue. But I don't think they maybe expected it to start as quick as it has. But he's come out in the second round, and I think he knows he needs to push it forward. Big shot landed by Reeves there.
Nice reverse 1-2 from Reeves. Can he put it off again? Cully, an experienced operator, gets through with a straight left hand down the middle of his own. And these two are brilliantly matched.
Yeah,
this is
fight.
a proper 50-50, isn't it?
Brilliant. And it's like, Lee mightn't have as much experience. He's been boxing a long time. I know Lee's for years, but I think maybe at a high level as a pro, he's not as much experience as Cully. But he certainly looks like he's well matched to be here. Big shots landed now.
And what a fight we've got on here in Dublin.
Good.
Absolute cracker. Both of these guys landing good shots, heavy shots, shots which are registering.
That's it, and it'll be a big thing to come of who handles taking them shots better later on in the fight. Both men have took a lot of shots now. Both men are marked up a little bit. Garry a little bit more so. It'll just see how they stand taking them shots later on in the fight. He's come back well now, Lee. I think he didn't start as well in this round, but he's come back well. Nice shots by Cully.
Cully just overreaches with that straight left hand. Reeves straight back in. Lands that right hook to the body. Tough one to score this.
Definitely, I kind of have them at a round apiece. I give Lee the opening round, I give Cully that round. Lee's finished very well though in that round, so it's tough. It'll just depend what the judges like to see. But even at that, I think both men are kind of doing the same thing. Neither man is giving an inch, so it'll just be interesting how it comes out here, how it finishes it up. To be honest, I just looking at both corners, I don't see it going the full 10 rounds. I don't, but
it seems unlikely at the moment, doesn't it?
It could be either man that goes. I'm looking here, he looks laser focused. I'm looking over at Cully. I think he had a much better round, but I think he knows he needs to, he can't let the pace drop there. He needs to keep it going. But he's very experienced, Garry, and a great fighter, so it's going to be, it's hard to call what way it'll go.
I'll tell you what, for me, as a Garry Cully fan, who've loved loads of his fights in the past, this is the best we've seen him in years, actually. Definitely. And the most focused and determined, 100%. It seems anyway.
Because since he come here and had his loss, he needs a fight like this now to bring it back out of him. And I think whatever demons he had, the first round he got rid of them. And he's here now, he's in a fight, and he's looking well, he's looking comfortable, as is Lee. So it's perfectly matched.
A good start to the third round. And what was the referee having a chat with him about there, Owen? Was it a clash of heads? I couldn't quite work that out.
He clipped him on a break, they broke, and he clipped him. As far as I know, he's within the rules to do what he done.
Cully just trying to pick Reeves off with that jab of his as he circles round to his right-hand side. Reeves in with a jab and an overhand left.
Both men are very quick. They're very quick when they're letting the shots go. Good. Very good jab, Garry. Slams behind it. One shields out again. Let's see if they have the second pair there.
In the corner of Lee Reeves, not happy with that gum shield coming out. I really don't think it was intentional, though, Owen. I think it genuinely just came out of a shot.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was just one of the things. Good body shots by Lee. He doesn't want to be taking them, Garry. It's a long fight at this pace. And I think that'd be a clever route to go down, is invest a little bit more in the body now early on. They've both started at a big pace. I think if the both of them invest a little bit more in the body just to try wear the other man out. They're both headhunting a little bit. They're missing a lot of shots.
A good word there from Reeves.
Yeah.
It was all lead hand work from Cully, and Reeves came back with a 4-shot combination. 3 of the 4 got through.
Good advice coming in there from Cully's corner. Just get back on his feet a little bit more. A great success in the second round. He had his feet coming in and out, letting his shots go, being first. He's kind of let that slip a little bit now again. I think the more he gets drawn into a fight, the more it suits Lee Reeves. He's happy to clip him coming in and stay in there. He's strong inside.
And the corner work of Lee Reeves. The corner team, sorry. really appreciating the work which he's putting in here and the boxing which he is doing. Lovely 1-2 from Cully. He knows he hurt him there. Body shot followed. Cully smells blood. And this is good aggressive work from Cully.
Yeah,
but Reeves firing back as well.
Big 1-2. Oh, they caught him again.
What a fight.
Yeah,
both men fighting fire with fire. Here comes Cully again. Body work. And a lead hook to the head, straight back from Reeves.
Swinging lead. He doesn't want to get silly. Walk into another long. He's got long arms, then 1-2. Big right hand landed again. Left hand, sorry. Great fight, but he's still wobbly, Lee. He's still wobbly. He needs to keep them hands up. Gary's very long. Pop in, step in there with them straight 1-2.
Do you think he hurt him there, Cully?
Definitely still wobbly. Really hurts him there. I hope he recovers well now, though. We'll see. Look, he looked very well conditioned, so we'll see will that conditioning stand for now. But they were big shots. Cully's feeling it. I can see it there in the corner. He was losing that round up until then. That was probably his worst round up until landing them big shots. I can see it in him there. He's feeling it in the corner. But he'll be a lot more relaxed now after landing them shots. No one can hurt Lee how he has done. But we've seen him here before. He had someone hurt and chased him silly and he got tipped. So he won't do that again. He's got a good team around him there. Now Barrett, to be advising correctly, this next round though could determine how the fight will go.
Well said that, man. This could be a round where things change.
That's it. And looking at Cully, the way he's coming there, I think he's going to hope to dictate the fight now this round. It's at a very high pace. I think now he could change how the course of the fight will go. Yeah, there's spiting him now, Cully, so there is. He's going to look to finish it now, I think.
Cully tells the story of being in school and saying he's going to be a professional boxer and things are going to go well. And someone asked him, what's your plan B? He said, if I have a plan B, boxing hasn't worked out. And here he is, standing in the 4th round in a proper fire v fire contest. Lee Reeves letting some big heavy shots go.
Definitely. I'd like to see him tuck up a little bit more, Lee. He still looks very exposed. He's landing nice shots, but he just, especially this round, he doesn't want to walk into any silly shots. Just give himself as much, even if he just writes this round off a little bit. He looks fine, he looks well in there, but I think any heavy knocks now he takes in this round will hurt him a lot more than it would have before the last.
And both men toe-to-toe again.
Yeah. He's clever, Gary, he's clever. And this is the best I've seen him since then. He's looking confident now, he's looking strong.
Beautiful work there from Reeves.
Yeah,
Free shot combination, 1-2 lead hook. And he comes in again with a big clubbering left hand to the head. And that one was millimetres from the whiskers of Garry Cully, who fires back again. Great with the same free shot combo.
Yeah. That's where Lee needs to be careful though. After he lets his hands go like he done there, not standing there with his hands down and admiring his work, because Gary's very quick at stepping back in with them long straight shots. They need to do something about the gum shield though. It's just come out again.
That gum shield out of Cully's mouth for the 3rd time, but the referee allowing the action to continue.
It's going to get stepped on now.
I don't know if a ref's actually seen it.
I think he might have, but I don't think he's given him time to... he's not giving him any recovery time. Yeah, he's going to have a word now, I think, the ref.
It's frustrating for Team Cully because it really isn't intentional.
No, definitely not. It's about, there must not be a second gum shield in the corner. There is one now, I can see it handled.
And Reeves,
he's come on strong now, Lee. He's come on very strong.
Very strong in the last 40 seconds of this round. He really put his foot down, and there's some spite in those shots, real spite as well. And there's blood coming from the nose of Cully.
Yeah, but you know what? Cully's still there. He's happy to be in there. He's taking the shots well, Gary, which I think that'll cancel a lot of demons in him. That he's took big shots and he's come back with his own again there. Lovely. What a brilliant fight. Good. Great shots by both men.
But there was a word that you used earlier with Cully, and you said that he was clever. And what sort of stuff are you seeing which is clever boxing from a fellow boxer?
Look, from inside and outside, when Gary's long, he comes in very... For someone that's so tall, sometimes you think, right, they might box on the back foot a little bit. Gary's best when he's coming forward and letting his hands go. As he done there in the second round when he hurt Lee, he's stepping in with that 1-2. He's a clever fighter where he can read things in front of him. So if you're standing there making mistakes, like Lee has done a couple of times, you know, if you're standing there and leaving your hand down, admiring your work, someone like Garry with his experience and his boxing IQ is going to read up on that. They're going to step back in and catch you. But it's been a fantastic work. Even inside, he's been clever at times, but Lee's been very good. He's landed very well inside. He's looking strong. What a brilliant fight.
Great fight. Two very good fighters. Lee Reeves really bringing it to Cully as well. He's had to do it a hard way, fighting twice in 1 week in Mexico during the pandemic, fighting in Colombia and all over the place. And now he gets his opportunity on a big show. And if he can do it, then there are big fights ahead of him as well. But these two are very well matched fighters.
I think whichever man can keep the pace will dictate. They both come out and they slow down a little bit punch-wise. But I think whichever man slows down first will probably be on the losing side. Good. I think if Lee can keep pushing the pace,
great lead hook by Cully.
That's what I mean. If you're like, he stood in front of him with his hands down. Gary's long levers, and he's very clever. He'll set you up properly, just like he done there.
Both men with their lead hand low, both confident, both giving it their absolute best.
That's going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue. A point gone down in a fight this close, and I think he will lose a point now next time out. Big shot to take there. Oh,
there's still a long way to go. And both these fighters are going for it now.
He's took two big shots there without a gum shield in.
And the corner of Lee Reeves screaming for a point to be taken away of Garry Cully, but the action continues very quickly. And these two will get straight back to it, because that has been the theme of this fight. And the gum shield comes out again, and Reeves noticeably getting the hump over it as he slams in a right hand.
It is. It's a nightmare, because it's a nightmare for Cully's team, because I know it's not. That's not on purpose, but that's a nightmare.
You could tell the ref was a bit annoyed about even taking the point away, because he knows it himself, doesn't it? It's just frustrating.
It's just one of them things, though, because it is breaking the rhythm of the fight. So that's 4 times now. Is that the 5th? The gum shields fell out. So it's any rhythm that's coming, I think from both fighters, though, it's breaking the rhythm. That's costly for Cully. Losing that point is
in a fight this close as well.
Definitely is very costly. But that lad, so much to Reeves' confidence.
Reeves is a heavy-handed man. Many of his fights have been finalised in the opening round, of the first couple of rounds. And Cully has taken some good shots here, but he's landed some really good shots himself. So we go into the last 10 seconds of the 5th round. And a good lead hook from Reeves to end the fight. Cully giving him it from every single angle that he possibly can. Reeves over the top. And there we go. There's the 10-second clap up. I think you hit the nail on the head, Owen, and you said about that point coming away. That point literally could be the point which wins or loses that fight for, for Garry Cully, isn't it?
Definitely, and I think not even so much the scores. I think from a confidence point of view, he knows that point's gone now. The fight's tough. He doesn't look as comfortable in the corner. Look, the gum shield's coming out, so he's worried about it happening again. They just need to get his focus back on now and get him back comfortable. get him worrying about the fight. Not even so much the scorecards, just get him back focused on the man in front of him, because Lee looks strong, he looks powerful, he's coming in, he's not giving him an inch, so it's a thing where his concentration needs to be there, or else the fight could be over.
And for Reeves, is it just about that aggression, do you think? Is it about that come-forward style which we've seen for 5 rounds, and just keep doing that, putting the pressure on Cully?
He needs to keep the pace going, because I think if he slows the pace off, he's given Garry a big opportunity to clip him like he done in the second round. But if he can keep this pace, he's going to give him a lot of problems. It's just staying focused now for Lee. He looks very focused. If you see the difference, Gary's kind of getting more involved and trying to make something happen, whereas Lee is watching, he's setting things up, and he's finding the shots and letting them go. Gary, now, see, this is better from Cully. He looks more relaxed, he's more focused, he's back on his jab. That's where he needs to be.
What a fight this is turning out to be. Cully using that distance, using his range to the best of his ability. Both of them light on their toes, and they've both used up a lot of energy. There's been some serious tempo here. The Reeves has got that aggressive come-forward style.
Yeah, definitely. But I think they might have said it to him, and I'd like to see it from around from Garry is to get on his toes and box. That's it, make him miss and pick him off. I think that'll stand a lot to him, because he's picked form out long, he's picking him off well.
And there comes Reeves again. Cully circling left and right, changing the distance.
That's it. I think he's just trying to box long this round, pick him off a little bit, which is a clever tactic.
In the corner of Reeves, of consistently be saying, go to the body, Lee, go to the body, over and over again.
I think Lee just needs to pick up his feet a little bit more, because now that Gary's got that range on the long distance, he's going to have to get in. He's going to good jab there from Lee, but he needs to bring his feet in quicker if he's backing him up. I think Lee needs the fight to stay at a high pace. He needs to keep in the inside. That's it, just like he's done there. Stay in the inside, but he can't. He got away with it there, but he can't drop his hands and stand back admiring his work.
Good work there from Cully with the jab. Snapped the head back of Reeves, and the sweat bounced off his head and glimmered in the brightness of the lights here at the Free Arena. If you're just joining us, welcome along into round 6 of Garry Cully versus Lee Reeves. It's been quite a fight already. Both have fought fire with fire. Garry Cully has had a point taken away for the gum shield, coming out multiple times, and Reeves has really been putting the pressure on, but there's been some clever work from Cully, and there it is again as he just stands there and trades with him. 1-2. Lead uppercut straight up the middle. Both of them landing good, significant head nodding shots. This is great action from the pair of them.
He's wobbled a little bit, Reeves, but he doesn't want us to. He keeps dropping that lead hand a little bit too low and leaving the chin up like he's done.
What a shot there from Cully.
But he's coming back. I think he needs to be clever now and not pushing him back here. Gum shield's out again.
The gum shield has been a nightmare for Garry Cully.
Yeah, well, I think this time, though, Reeves will be happy to see it.
What a round, Owen. What a round.
Brilliant round. They're lucky there. The ref kind of forgot about the fighters and he's picking up the gum shield. He's lucky he didn't get knocked out there. Well, fantastic round. Garry came back very well. He had a brilliant round there. And I think he started on just getting his distance, getting back on his jab. He started taking control from long distance, and then he clipped him. And that's what I was saying. Lee needs to stay focused, keep that defence good, and he needs to keep it a dogfight, really. If it goes long distance.
Is that what Garry is really good at, though, isn't it? Is that distance, when he's trying to keep him at range with that jab, that's when he works for him, isn't it?
It does, but look, Garry, just from what we've seen of him, he's good going forward. He enjoys having a scrap, he enjoys going forward. But I think, like we've seen there, that was his best there, where he's boxing at a long distance, he's clipping you, he's picking you off, and he's letting his hands go. Whereas he's not a fighter that'll box on the back foot and run around and jab. He's just a long-distance pressure fighter.
But noticeably, Cully, the first off his stool, waiting for a few seconds in the middle, keen and eager.
I think he knows he can't afford to drop any rounds now, Garry, especially with the point taken off.
And again, that corner team of Reeves really encouraging their man to go to the body. They think they can see some signs from Cully when the body shots come in.
Well, as you can see, I like that he's obviously been told keep his lead hand up higher. I think he just has a bad habit after punching, he brings it down low. But he holds a low stance anyways, a low guard, which is effective coming in. It's just after he punches, his lead hand needs to come up a bit quicker.
And Cully and Reeves lean in on each other. And you said it earlier, Reeves needs to just try and keep it as rough and a bit of a dogfight as he possibly can, because that's what works well for him. But Cully, fair play to him.
Big shot over the top.
Gets caught there.
He's wobbled him a little bit there, I think, as well. He's took shots very well, though, tonight, Cully. Both men have took big shots. Again, I think that's good advice, is just settle down. I think both men put the pace so high at the start. I think Lee's feeling the pace a little bit. He's took some heavy shots, you know, he's been hurt a couple of times, so I think now if he can slow it down but land them big body shots without taking any uppercuts like that.
There's a great uppercut there from Cully, who has Reeves in a spot of trouble here.
Yeah, definitely.
And he needs to get himself a little bit of into a bit of a safety zone. As Cully leans in, and these shots are becoming more and more spiteful.
It's a great fight. Look, both men are fucking giving it all. They're both very tough. They're both looking to make sure they win, but he's tired now, Lee, and I think he has been hurt a few times where the engine has gone down. He'd be happy to see the corners through when he gets back.
And Reeves landed a good shot on the inside there, as he got the energy to keep it going for the last 45 seconds of this round. It's a long time to go when Garry Cully is throwing some big shots, but Reeves fights back once again.
I think both men are tired. Like, really, Garry should be getting his distance, getting back long, especially when he sees Lee is so tired. He should be just picking him off from that long distance.
Nice double jab there from Cully. Reeves gets caught with that reverse 1-2.
He comes back, and I think Garry needs to double it up. He's catching him and then letting him come back and lunge on him. He should be catching him back in the way in. It's a big shot. I'll be very surprised if either men can make it through with getting put down last two rounds.
And Reeves, with his hands low, comes forward again. Cully back to the basics of boxing behind that jab. What a round.
Yeah, massive. I think both men they're not fully exhausted, but it's definitely setting in. I think even there at the end, like, Garry was making him miss big shots. Lee's loading up with his hands down, but he's made a miss and he's not countering. It just shows both men are tired.
When it comes to both fighters being exhausted now, Owen, it's about fight management now. It's about your energy, isn't it? And managing those energy levels.
It's definitely, look, it's about discipline now. It comes to discipline, but it's discipline while holding that will to win. Whoever wants this more now, and both men really want it. But it's going to come to discipline and just who can get in first. I think either man now has the capability of taking the other out, but they're vulnerable themselves, so they have to do it in an effective way. I think Cully, from Cully's corner, I think it should be just keep it tight and keep it long, but active at the same time. You know, I don't mean boxing the back foot, I mean just keep that distance. Whereas Lee, he just needs to keep tight in now. He get his composure like he looks to have done. That's it. Look, both men are going to come and try and win this fight.
Well, that minute's break did both of them the world of good.
Yeah.
And we're straight back to the action.
Definitely.
We're only 15 seconds into the round, and both have landed a couple of head-nodding shots. This has just been toe-to-toe action over and over again.
It's been proper back and forth. I think like you can almost score it every second round. Every round has been close.
Styles make fights, they say, and these two styles have certainly made a good fight.
Yeah,
We've had 7 brilliant rounds, and it looks like it's going to continue that way.
Yeah, big shots. I think it would be clever for Lee to just aim a bit lower. He's dropping his head low, Garry. I think he just aim low, go into the body, hit him in the chest, and then whack one over the top.
Cully trying to get that straight left hand over the jab of Reeves.
Both men need to, that's it, both men just keep the composure, get back on their jab, get back on their feints, and set up them big shots. I think both men are looking for the big shots now, but need to set them up. Again, it's easy said, but when you're in there and that exhaustion is there, it's you just want to get them shots off and get them landing.
Big sturdy jab there from Reeves, and both of them straight back to phone box style boxing.
Yeah.
This fight literally could have happened in a phone box.
Definitely.
Nice lead hook over the top there from Cully. There goes another one.
I think now that pushing forward, tight guard, open his hands up, that style suits Garry now that Lee is slowed down a bit. His long levers as well. When you're inside, the shot's coming around a lot longer than you might think it's coming.
There's that straight left hand again.
It is, but it's again where Lee's thrown and he's kind of left his chin up there and leaves his hands down. Look, he just has that habit of doing it. Just like to see that chin a bit lower now.
Again, the gum shield comes out again from Cully. It's a 6th or 7th time.
Yeah. I think both men will be happy though that it has come out.
The crowd showing their disapproval for it, but often we see fighters spit the gum shield out because they want to break. That is not the case here.
No, of course not. No. Look, both men are very well conditioned because both men have took a lot of shots. If either of them wasn't up to par tonight, they'd be done by now. Massive shots, brilliant fight.
Was a heavy lead up from Reeves, who just tries to double jab the body. Another good round. Both men absolutely knackered, and understandably as well.
Yeah, definitely massive fight. It's been, every round has been huge energy spent by both men.
Knowing Lavin doing a little bit of corner work as well on the commentary table, eh?
Slick with the eyes.
Jack of all.
I know, that's it. Master of none.
I think Cully is really trying to box behind his jab, but he can't help himself but get involved in that firefight, can he?
Definitely, but he doesn't need to. I think they've got the last round or two correct. Start long, box behind your thing, slow him down, and then stick it on him. Then as Lee is slowed down, Lee comes out very strong at the start. He's had that minute break. He's coming out fresh, and then it's the thing of he's letting off big shots. He's spending big energy. That at the end of the round, it's whoever's kind of landed the cleaner shots. It's whoever's has more left in the tank.
Seconds out.
That's when Garry then can start walking down and let the shots go. He needs to box long at the start. He's dangerously. There's 2 rounds left now. It's just going to be interesting. Both men. Garry looks exhausted, but Lee's slowed down a little bit as well. But at the start, Lee always looks a little bit fresher. Start of the round, he starts very, very strong.
Yeah, Reeves really does look like he's benefited in a big way from those breaks in between rounds. He does come out looking a lot more springy in his step and his footwork.
I think they've told him as well, just land your shots and get out. He's up on his feet a bit more now, Lee. That's it. It's a good start of the round.
Both fighters digging into the body, back out. Battle of the jabs. Here we go again.
The jab's going to be very important. Even just this now, 9 and 10. The jab's going to be very important just to set up them big shots.
Just looking around, there isn't a single person who hasn't got their eyes on this boxing ring.
It's a massive.
Because you just feel like something, one shot can land at any point in this. And it's almost amazing that it hasn't.
Yeah, brilliant. It's been a brilliant round here for Lee. He's looked. It's a brilliant tactic changes. He's back boxing. Kind of long distance, mid to long distance, and he's stepping in and out. Good caught shot there, just needs to keep the defense go. Big body shot on the inside. That's a shot late on in a fight like this, such a high energy fight. You don't want to be eaten.
Cully going to the body over and over again, then exits with that southpaw jab of his. Reeves meets him in the middle over and over again himself. And the corner team of Reeves really loving the work which he's doing.
Yeah, I think this has been one of his best rounds now in a while, Lee. This has been very good. He just needs to finish it out well, as we said later on in the round when he's getting a little bit tired. Got a minute left. He just needs to finish it correct. Garry comes on strong. Just needs to not take any silly shots. That's it. Good advice. Just get back in his jab.
In the corner of Rees, celebrating every single shot which lands.
Yeah.
Cully gets caught there because I think actually we've spoken about Cully being really clever, and now Reeves is looking a bit more clever in terms of the way that he's boxing the latter stage of this fight.
Yeah, I think Gary's shown a little bit of fatigue. Both men has came back very well from getting hurt, but Lee's responded very well. He's been rocked a few times. He's looking in control now. Brilliant round from Lee. And Garry really needs to stick it on him now in the last round.
Good jab there from Cully. Body shot came back from Reeves. And that round, Lee Reeves looked the most relaxed he probably has in the whole fight. Definitely. He looked like he picked his shots a bit better that round as well.
Definitely, and that'll give a lot of confidence that he's won that round now without having to push forward and expend so much energy. He's won that, and that'll give massive confidence going in the last round where he probably thinks he's the fresher of the two of them now. He's in a strong place, Lee, but he's got an experienced guy across from Cully to come out. Be just interesting to see. I think we should be in for a massive last round.
Be interesting actually if we go to the scorecards how this one's going to go. That point, as we said, is going to play a big part in that. I think this is going to be very, very close.
Definitely, I think though there could be a round or two in it maybe on top of it. It's going to be close either way. It's going to be close. I think at the minute I have Lee 2 rounds up, and then he has a point on top of that. So I think Cully needs a big round. But even them rounds are close. Any rounds either way. I think by that last round, every round has been close.
Well, you can bet your bottom dollar that the advice and the words from each of those corners would have been very similar to what Owen Lavin is saying with me ringside, is that it can be close, and Cully lands a shot there. The referee is giving him a standing count.
It is, was a count. Look, he wobbled him the way in. I think really, Lee's point of view, he needs to not get silly now. As I said before, he has an experienced guy across from coming in that last round. I had him up maybe 2 rounds. He needs to stay calm. He won that last round boxing long. This will give Cully a little bit more confidence now that he can hurt him again. He's going to try sitting his shots now, Cully, and pick him off. He's tired, but the power stays there. He needs to keep them hands up though, Lee.
What a shot there from Garry Cully. A straight left hand, straight down the middle. And Lee Reeves hits the canvas. And we hope he's okay, because that was a really brutal shot by Cully.
See, as I said before, Cully is a fucking very, very experienced puncher. He's a very strong fighter, and we just hope Lee is okay here. That's a heavy knockdown. A heavy knockdown.
That was a very heavy knockdown indeed in the 10th and final round, and we just hope that Lee Reeves is okay. That is everybody's thoughts at ringside, because he went down.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially he was hurt quite a number of times during the fight, but he came back well. As I said before, you know, you might recover, but they're still there. Just getting wobbled, them concussions, they stay there. And there were big shots to get caught. After 9 tough rounds, he walked into some big shots there. And look, Cully's very calm, very composed. He set them up properly, and yeah, hopefully Lee is okay.
And the other thing, Owen, is when you're that fatigued and then you get caught with a heavy shot like that, it was dramatic, wasn't it? And understandably, because both guys have put their all into every single round.
Definitely.
And like you said, Cully, he can find something from somewhere, can't he, when he needs to.
Yeah, look, I suppose whatever about his last few performances, if you've seen Cully, like if you watched him coming up in his career, which I have, I remember I was down watching him sparring before, and he went through 3 and 4 guys, and like the tireder he got, the more dangerous he got almost. And tonight we said that's one of the best performances I've seen of Garry Cully, which Lee Reeves brought him out. And I had Lee up at least 2 rounds there going in. I thought he had the fight won. But he just, as you can never write someone off like that in the final round. I think as well, he'd been hurt a few times, and every time he was hurt, instead of getting defensive, he was trying to attack. You know, he was lunging in, trying to land his own back. And I think that happened again there. He got put down, and rather than trying to see the fight out, he lunged back.
Well, here is what is coming up on the main card, live from 7 p.m. tonight, UK and Ireland time, exclusively on DAZN. Vale versus O'Brien, Cairns versus Kelly. Irish heavyweight Adam Elanian is back in action. And then Royston Barney-Smith is the co-main event against Reece Bellotti. What a fight that is set to be. And then, of course, it is the big one. Well, this place will be rocking later on. Pierce O'Leary, big bang in there against Mark Chamberlain. A fight which was meant to happen on Paddy's Day last time out. And it is happening tonight. Well, Lee Reeves still just getting seen by the doctors and the medical team here. And go. What's it like boxing here, Owen?
Amazing, amazing. Should be here again tonight. We should be fighting on again tonight. But look, enjoying here your company, so we won't complain too much. We just had a barnstorm of a fight. It's going to be hard to top that for Friday night, but we have some great fights coming up as well.
Well, hats off to Lee Reeves. What a fight, what a contest, what a man he is. The grit, the determination which he showed.
Definitely, yeah. Look, it's he had the fight won, but that's the thrill of the sport. Till the bell goes, there's no winner.
But this is what's still to go here on the prelims. Is star boy Joe Carrigan in there and against Murray. And then Prince Nassim Hamed's son, Sami Hamed, in there against the Hungarian fighter Orban. And then Bobbi Flood in there against Tariq Davies. Bobbi Flood had a sensational debut here on the same card that my co-coms Owen Lavin fought on back on St. Patrick's Day. So far, already, what we've seen is Machlan Arthur in the 4th and final round got the job done and moved to 2-0. Sean McComb in a really, really good performance, actually. Boxed brilliantly, didn't he?
Yeah. Look, we've had a massive card. I thought Arthur was punch perfect. I thought Sean McComb, he was just comfortable. He didn't really go wrong too much. And then we just had probably a fight of the year contender here with Cully and Reeves, a massive fight. Then we've got three great fights coming up, hopefully.
Exactly that, and then more to come a little bit later on.
3 big fights. It'll be interesting, the next one. Carrigan and Murray. And Murray's an Irish lad. He's a losing record, but he's always been in tough fights. He's by no means been beat by anybody. Not worth mentioning.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 53 seconds of round number 10. Your winner by way of knockout, Garry the Diva Cully.
Well done to Garry Cully. He wins that one in the 10th and final round. And absolutely hats off to Lee Reeves. What a contender, what a fighter. And what a fight those two put on. Our thoughts absolutely with Lee Reeves.
Yeah. Fight of the year there, definitely, 100%. Be very hard for anyone to stop that. Boom.
Right, well, we're ready for our next contest. So over to our ring announcer, Mr. Thomas Schreiber.
Let's welcome to the ring, Sean Murray.
Well, here is Sean Murray, a former Celtic title challenger. He's a familiar face in the away corner across Ireland. Only stopped there once in his career, and that was by Adam Azim's brother, Hassan Azim. Let's see what sort of test he can give to the young man who's about to be announced by Thomas Schreiber.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Star Boy, John Joe Carrigan.
Here he is, the star boy, John Joe Carrigan. Still a teenager, won the World Championships in the amateurs 18 months ago. Since then, he's had 3 professional fights. All 3 have been won inside the distance. And out of a possible 12 rounds that he could have boxed, he's boxed less than half of them. Speaking to one of his corner team on the way to the arena, they're keen for him to get some rounds under his belt, but he doesn't seem so keen himself. Well, at least the way that he's fighting would tell you so. Here he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with 6 rounds scheduled in the super welterweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Riyadh Season, and Global Next Trade. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring the contest will be Podrig O'Roctagon. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing purple with black and gold and weighed in officially at 155 pounds, 12 ounces. Coming to us from County Meath, Ireland, he has a professional record of 3 wins with 5 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sean Murray! And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black, pink, and blue and weighed in officially at 156 pounds, 4 ounces. Coming to us from Carlisle, England, he had a stellar amateur career, becoming a 9-time national champion and youth world champion, and now as a professional, undefeated, 3 wins. All 3 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Star Boy John Joe Carrigan.
All right, lads, just keep it clean. Keep your punches above there, punches above there. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Can I relive? Touch gloves.
Fight number 4 for Starboy John Joe Carrigan. The first fight ended in the first round, the second in the third, and his third fight was a first round stoppage as well. Let's see how he gets on against Sean Murray of Ireland here tonight. He's confident, just turned 19 in April, just gone. Was a elite amateur, top amateur, had a very pro style in the amateurs as well, and the pro game seems to be suiting him as well, as he just bounces around nice and light on his feet and tries to get to work on that southpaw jab. Nice solid 1-2 there from Carrigan. Murray's an experienced operator though, isn't he, Owen? He's one of those that knows how to do the whole fight management situation very well.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think he kind of went straight into 50-50s. He had 1 or 2 fights, and then he kind of went straight into 50-50 fights on the Jay Byrne shows. I think Jay's here with him. He's done very well with him. He's been in some great fights. I think he had a big fight with Oisin Tracy last time out, but he's against a very talented Carrigan here. He's very confident, Carrigan, and I'm sure he'd be very comfortable. Again, he's very good. He's just switching stance there and picking off very good shots. I just like to see, that's it. I like just to see Sean have a bit more of a go without getting silly. I think again, someone as confident of Carrigan, he needs to break that a little bit. He's very much a rhythm fighter. I think if he's in his rhythm, it's going to be hard to break out of it.
And Carrigan, every time that he gets into a boxing ring, if you watch him, he circles around the ring on his entrance, stares out his opponent, then goes back to his corner. It's a bit of a ritual for him. And this is actually one of the slower starts we've seen with him. But he's picking his shots well.
Yeah, of course. He's not going to come in silly. He's got someone that'll punch back, that'll have a go at him. So he's not going to come in too silly, but he's comfortable. He's going to show off a little bit, enjoy it. As you said before, his team is looking for him to get some rounds in, so he's going to enjoy showing off a little bit. He's come away. He's come off there, and I don't know what kind of crowd he's brought with him. I'm sure a smaller kind of select crowd where he can just enjoy his boxing now and start trying to impress anyone, get a few highlight reels and look good.
Last few seconds of the opening round. 2 of his fights have been over in the first round. Lovely right hand there from Carrigan. Yeah. That was a sweet shot, straight down the middle. And he's pumped up for this one, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know, a little bit silly at the end, I think. I don't know, maybe in a tough fight or a grudge match, I'd expect something like that, but I don't see much point in trying to rise Sean too much. But hopefully we do see a bit of reaction. I'd like to see Sean just put a little bit more into it now and have a bit of a go. Give him something to think about. As I said, he's very much a confident rhythm fighter, Carrigan, so if he's comfortable against you, he's going to just be a nightmare to control. So he's going to have to take him down a couple of pegs in this round, Sean. If not, he's going to have a tough 3 rounds ahead.
Tell you what fascinates me is having the privileged position doing this job and spending time with so many different fighters is how different fighters are inside the ring. Yeah. Joe Carrigan is a very respectable, quiet, laid-back, chilled guy. You stick him in that ring, he's a completely different person. Yeah, and he has to be, doesn't he?
That's his job. That's his job. He's working now. He's a performer. I
thought I was with Roy Keane then.
I know. That's his job. He's a performer, and he's putting a performance on. And looking very, very good. Very composed, very comfortable. He's very, very skilled. He lacks very little.
Carrigan trying to land that straight left hand, straight down the middle, in between in the guard of Sean Murray.
So I think Sean really needs to do something to get some respect, because the more confidence Carrigan gets, the more he's enjoying landing, teeing off, the more he's going to do it. And I think he's just doing what he wants now. And against someone as good as Carrigan, that's a dangerous place to be.
Carrigan managed by Shelley Finkel. Some big nights ahead of him, I'm sure. Early days, long way to go. Only fight number 4. But he's looked impressive in all 3 of his previous bouts. And yet again, we've got an away corner fighter who's coming forward, and it's been an absolute pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it's been very well matched, the show has. Very well matched. Look, we've seen what we got in the last fight. But like Sean's by no means a journeyman, which makes things easier for the likes of someone that's coming, trying to win and trying to think of ways to win, not just ways to survive. But he's going to have to think of something quick here. Not even so much to win, just to knock Carrigan's confidence a little bit. Even I'd like to see him try and rough him up a little bit. But it's easier said than done. He's in against someone very, very fluid. His movement's brilliant and his shot selection's brilliant. So he's going to have a tough time slowing him down.
One of the things, an observation so far with Carrigan in this round, is he really changes the speed of his shots, which makes him quite hard to read. He'll throw a 1-2 and have a tiny little delay before he throws that hook over the top, and that tends to be that final shot, which is catching Murray, who's got blood pouring from the nose now.
Yeah, I think he's just gone gun shy. Sean is afraid to let something go because he knows something's going to come back. Got away with it there a little bit, but I'd like to see him just go in a bit lower, go for chest height and try pushing back a little bit. I think he just ran out of ideas, Sean. He doesn't really have anything to throw back at him, and it's a disheartening place to be when you're in a fight like that. But look, we're going in the last round now, where it's just we've another round left.
Well, John Joe Carrigan, as I said, just turned 19. And I was speaking to one of the members of his corner team on the way over from the airport yesterday, actually. And he's just saying about the way that he operates for the age that he is. And he's seriously talented, but boxes in a very mature way. And I guess that's just all those years of amateur experience, isn't it? Fighting all those different styles from over the years.
Definitely.
It all comes to fruition, doesn't it?
It's unfair to look at someone, what is he, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, sorry.
3-0, yeah.
It's unfair to look at and think that's where his record is, because this kid has been probably boxing same as me since he's in nappies. Boxing's just second nature to him. He's transitioned perfectly into the pros. He was a top level amateur. Has transitioned perfectly, and there's definitely some big nights ahead for him.
Good work there from Carrigan with that southpaw jab to the body, then upstairs with a 1-2.
Yeah,
disrupting the flow and the rhythm.
Picks his backhand very well. I think Sean is making it a little bit too easy for him to land it off. 2 rounds is a long time at this. That's more what I need, Sean. He needs to get on top of him, rough him up a little bit. But again, that's very easy to said, because he's very, very good, Carrigan, very good feed, and he's comfortable inside too. Yeah, it's good advice in the corner there. Just go again. Needs to go twice against him. Oh, big knockdown.
But there's a couple of hooks there from John Joe Carrigan. It was a left one which looked like it put Sean Murray to the canvas. And he's just trying to find his feet, and they look like they belong to somebody else at the moment. And the referee wants him to walk on steady legs to him, and he will let him continue. And John Joe Carrigan will start putting some spiteful shots in now over and over again. And there it is again. And Murray hits the canvas again. The referee has seen enough.
Yeah,
and that is 4 wins, all with inside the distance.
Yeah.
Good stoppage.
It was definitely brilliant from Carrigan. I think it was a little bit poor from the ref. I don't think he was fit to continue there. But he had to give him a chance, and hopefully he's all right now. He looks to be okay. I think really he was outclassed, he was outgunned. I don't really see those much points in letting him have a second go, but anyways. Very, very good from Carrigan. He's a class operator, very good operator.
Another good display of boxing from John Joe Carrigan. And the 3rd stoppage on the prelims here this evening. Big smiles in that corner from Queensberry's Lee Eaton. They know they've got a very good fighter on their hands. And there ain't just one of them either. There are plenty in the stable. So much good boxing ahead. Our next night on Queensberry will be August 29th at the O2 Arena Moses Atauma versus Filip Hrgovic. That is going to be some fight. Hrgovic, absolutely the toughest and most experienced and probably skillful fighter Moses has been in with. But we're ready for the decision. Well, not the decision, the time. Over to Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 31 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Podrig Oroktagon, waves off the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Starboy John Joe Carrigan.
Well, congratulations to John Joe Carrigan. He moves to 4-0, all 4 of them inside the distance. I think his team are very keen for him to get some rounds under his belt, but he's a spiteful puncher. And I think really, Owen, for me personally, is just that consistency which he shows. He knocks at your door and he doesn't leave you alone, does he? And he doesn't give any of his opponents the breathing space. But here's what's coming up from 7 p.m. live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. One half of the failed twins will kick the night off in there against O'Brien. Then it is Stephen Cairns versus Kelly. Adam Alanian is back in action. RBS, Royston, Barney Smith against Reece Bellotti. That one set to be a firecracker. And then last but by no means not least, Big Bang Pierce O'Leary versus Mark Chamberlain. A few years ago, I hosted a press conference for Queensberry, and me and Pierce shared a car back to the airport, and he told me 2 things. He said, Darren, one day I'll be world champion, and the other thing is I will headline the free arena. Here we are.
Yeah, he's a top lad, Pierce, and a top fighter, so I'm excited to see him tonight. It's a great card, brilliant card. Yeah, again, missing me off it, but out from that, it's a brilliant card. I think Cairns and Kelly, I think, is the next one I'm excited to see. I think Royston and Bellotti's another great fight, and O'Leary and Chamberlain then is just to tap off a great card.
Plenty more to come. If you saw Pierce O'Leary fight last time against Maxie Hughes, it was electric. This place was wonderful. But here we go. We're ready for our next fight. So over to Thomas Treiber.
Let's welcome to the ring, Bella Istvan Orban.
But the action continues here live on Queensberry and DAZN. And here is Hungary's 26-year-old Bella Istvan Orban. He is the man tasked with testing another debutant in this arena, just like he did with Bobbi Flood last time out.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Sami Hamed.
The son of boxing royalty, Sami Hamed, of course, the offspring of Prince Naseem Hamed. He's had a couple of fights on the purely entertainment side of the business in the Misfits world. He won those by stoppage. Tonight is the official professional debut as he joins his brother Adam in following in his father's footsteps. What a moment for him, for his dad and all the family.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super welterweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Riyadh Season, and Global Next Trade. When the bell rings, the referee in charge and scoring the contest will be David Irving. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trunks trimmed with black and weighed in officially at 149 pounds, 15 ounces. Coming to us from Kecskemét, Hungary, he is a veteran of 29 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bella Istvan Urban. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing white, purple, and yellow and weighed in officially at 148 pounds, 8 ounces. Hailing from Surrey, England, he is making his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Prince Sami Hamed.
Okay, gentlemen, you know the rules, okay? Keep your face clean at all times, protect yourselves at all times, and listen to my commands. Okay, Sammy? Bella, touch gloves. Allahu Akbar!
Well, here it is, the penultimate fight on the prelims, the professional debut of Sami Hamed with his father, Prince Naseem Hamed, sat ringside. Big right hand over the top there from Hamed. Urban straight into the corner, gets clipped with the right hand. And he's going to need to look lively on those feet, because what we've seen already, Owen, is the shots are coming in heavy, thick and fast from Hamed.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's going to come out. He's going to look to put in the performance. I think, especially after seeing what Bobbi Flood done this guy last time out, he's got to come out and do the same, really. Come out and do something similar.
And Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren has also taken his seat at ringside, here to watch the professional debut. What a moment for him, having promoted the father for such a long time and so many significant nights. But it's all about Sami Hamed tonight in his professional debut. And Urban looks a bit like a deer in headlights at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just needs to get his distance though, Sammy. He's throwing a lot, but he's missing a lot. Just need to touch him with his jab, tag him first. Look, again, he's falling short in his distance. Needs to back him up with the jab, land something before he throws something big.
And Hamed feints him, trying to get Urban to fall for something. Taking his time, not rushing into anything. Good jab, right hand over the top, and the feet squared off of Urban. He was lucky he didn't get caught with something on the chin then.
He just needs to stop loading up the backhand a bit, I think. That's it. Pick his jab, head and body, and then set up the backhand. Like, it's there for him now, but he's not letting it go.
Right hook to the body from Hamed. Urban has worked out pretty quickly. He needs to be active. He needs to be moving around.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's comfortable enough, though. He's happy to be moving, can feint away, but yeah, I think he should just lower his jab and then set up that backhand over. Just there again. I think he's hesitant letting it go when he's in close.
And both fighters exchanging shots there. Hamed getting the better of them. Good jab, lunges in, does Sami Hamed. And he's getting caught every time he tries to make an entrance. The timing is good of Hamed. Clipped him with a left hook just on the chin there.
His accuracy's off though. He's like pushed there, but he needs to sort out his accuracy. His jab is going everywhere about where it needs to go.
But a nice steady round there. Didn't get carried away, did he?
No, definitely. Look, I think especially from his point of view, he's someone with with the dad he has and the name he carries into the fight. It's kind of almost expected that you have to look a particular way when you're fighting, whereas I think he needs to forget about that and just think about his boxing.
And there he is, Prince Sami Hamed, sat ringside, big smile on his face. He didn't actually want any of his sons to box.
No, he's probably right to keep them away from it. But no, look, they're in there. But as I was saying, he carries that name with him, and you can't shake off a name like that. So when you, as we said before about Arthur, when you get the opportunity, then you have to show I'm here because of my name, but I deserve to be here. And I think in that round he's tried to look the part a little bit too much, and he's mistimed a lot of shots. He's missed a lot of shots. So just want him to get back boxing correctly, get on his jab. Looks a bit more relaxed now. That's it, better.
Low lead hand there from Hamed. Comes out confident, feinting his way in, trying to work stuff off of that jab as he's got the Hungarian Orban in the corner.
He's overthinking it too much. Just let your jab go and then let your backhand fly. He's good. I think he's overthinking a lot of stuff. Of course, you know, when it comes to experience, good backhand there.
And Orban took that one well. He got caught square with a right hand and a second one. He's very jittery.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Which probably makes him quite difficult to read.
It does, but he's there every time for that backhand. If he aims low with his jab, even feints, and then whips that backhand over, it's always there. He walks into he steps to his left, the Orban.
Nice work there from Hamed. Switches it up, head and body, body and head. Straight right hand upstairs. And lovely left hook over the top. And Orban getting caught with these more often than not at the moment in this 4-round contest in the super welterweight division. Will we see all 4 rounds? And the father of Sami Hamed shouting at him to stick the right hand over the top from what we can hear at ringside. And there it is, and then sinks one down to the body. And there's a left hook, and Orban grabs hold of Hamed. And he just needs to try and stop him from doing the work. But at the moment, it seems that the Hungarian's game plan is to escape as much as he possibly can. But he keeps finding himself in the corner.
I think he's letting him off a little bit too lightly, though. He just needs, I think, again, he's just letting him walk around there in the corner. Keep your jab on him. Just keep pinging him your jab. Good shot, good shot.
Lovely right hand there by Sami Hamed, and knows at ringside up on their feet. And the Hungarian, Bela Istvan Orban, looks at the referee to say, I'm okay. And Hamed straight onto him. The referee didn't even see him behind his back.
I think he needs to just put it on him now. Let his hands go. You know, he's not good under pressure, Orban. That's it. Let him go. Put your hands go. Put your combination together.
Good work with the jab there from Hamed. Measuring his man up.
He's a good backhand when he finds his distance and lets it go, Hamed.
The last few seconds of the round.
Ooh,
beautiful right hand to finish it from Hamed, who digs his toes into the canvas. But I guess the question is, did he let him off the hook?
Yeah, look, I think not even just from the knockdowns. I don't think he was really hurting with the first knockdown. But I think he's just been letting him off the hook all around. I think he's just trying to survive. But he's not very good at surviving. You know, sometimes you see away fighters, journeymen, as you might call them, they're very clever at surviving. They're very, very good. As Bobbi Flood showed here last time out, he's vulnerable when he gets hit and he opens up. So I'm sure he's getting told he's a brilliant team around him, Hamed, where he gets behind his jab, sets him up, puts him in the rope, and finishes him off with that backhand, or even just whips it up back under the bottom. But as he done when he put him down, but he just needs to keep on him.
Well, let's see how he comes out in this next round. As you said, Auburn is vulnerable when he gets caught. He seems to panic. And I guess it's about capitalising on that.
Yeah, you can see the talent is there with Azim. He just needs to... I think he just needs more experience, really. I know I think he had a couple fights on the Misfits show. Probably didn't have a massive amateur background, so... I think this fight will do him very good going forward. And getting these rounds, just not coming in and blowing someone away too soft. Because I think he's someone that needs to build with that experience.
And Auburn being pushed onto the back foot for every single moment of the fight. Hamed has landed some clean and effective shots. And the jittery style of Auburn.
Yeah, he's awkward, like when he's all over the place like that, Auburn. Again, Hamed just keep popping out your jab and jab his chest, jab low. And then the backhand is always there over the top. Every time. He comes in with his chin up in the air, Auburn does. Good shot.
Auburn caught again with a left hook, right hand. And Sami Hamed has got him just where he wants him, and he is controlling every single part of this fight.
Yeah, he's not lost a second.
It's just nothing coming back, is it?
That's it. No, he's in full control. It's just experience, really, he's gaining here more than anything. Again, both men kind of step with their chin up in the air when they're stepping out from punching. So it's just that's what these fights are for. He's in his apprenticeship now. He's in his first stage of it, and he's looked well. He's looked well over 4 rounds. There's always that pressure carrying such a big name that almost people that compare. There's no comparisons in boxing. Every man's his own athlete, but I think, especially carrying that name, people kind of almost expect you that you won't need this apprenticeship stage of building and growing and getting that experience. But, of course, it's a vital part of growing into a prospect.
Absolutely, it is indeed. So going to the last 30 seconds of the 3rd round. Hamed just jabbing away constantly. And Auburn, he does come forward, but he just doesn't throw anything as he's coming forward.
Yeah.
And somehow, he unbelievably doesn't get clipped with some shots. He goes back in a straight line as well, but they just seem to skim him.
Again, a lot of that is experience from Hamed. You know, sometimes his feet placement is a little bit incorrect. He's letting them away. He's missing a couple of shots where, if he was setting up his jab properly, he'd walk him onto them shots. But again, it's all just down to experience.
Well, valuable experience, and as you touched on, he's got a great team around him. Jamie Moore in the corner there was a brilliant fighter himself and a fantastic coach and trainer these days. Very respected in the business. He'll be giving him all the right information. And there'll be nerves there, won't there, Owen? There will be nerves, but he'll probably be glad when this is over and done with. First fight sorted, move on.
Definitely, especially coming on such a big card. They had both him and his dad on the press conference yesterday. Look, again, he's looking out. He's Frank Warren sitting ringside watching him debut. There's pressure on him, but it's more of it, I think, is just experience. He just needs that experience. Pressure he can kind of brush off now. Get the first one out the way. First one under Queensberry, and get 4 rounds under his belt and improve off it.
Auburn finds himself in that very corner yet again, over and over again. There's a right hand over the top from Hamed. And every time Auburn tries to come up with some sort of attack, he gets caught with a left hook or a straight right hand down the middle.
Yeah. He'll have that little extra bit of grit in Orban as well with boxing Hamed. He's not going to go down too easy.
Good words to the body there from Hamed. Nice stiff jab. He's got a bizarre style, has Orban.
Yeah.
Not many fighters you see like him.
Very, very few. With someone like that, you just have to be strong behind your jab. And not just the head, jab and head, jab and chest. You know, when he's leaning his head back like that, pop one into his chest. As he done there now, good jab to the body. Good, good. That's it. See, again, perfect. See, that's it. Once he's behind his jab, it sets up that backhand properly. Again, that's just experience. Get behind your jab, set that backhand up right.
He landed the jab really nicely, and a big heavy right hand followed, and a good left hook in the corner as Orban just tries to get hold of him and nullify the attack. Hamed keen and eager to get at his man in the last minute of the final round. I mean, everyone wants a stoppage on their debut, don't they? Of course they do.
Definitely. And look, over 4 rounds, it can be tough because now there's 45 seconds left. It's for someone that's doing it for a living, 45 seconds sometimes can be very easy to get through.
Good jab there from Hamed, just knocks Orban off balance, who is doing exactly the same thing as he has for the whole fight, circling backwards over and over again. Nice right hand over the top then, again from Hamed. There's the left hook. As Orban just tries to survive the last few seconds of the round. He's kind of bending over with his lovely right hand to finish. And that bell couldn't have come at a better time, could it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out there. I don't know, was the ref calling that off before as the bell went, or is he just saying the fight's over? But
I think he was saying the fight is over.
But no, I could see. Look, I think he was eager to jump in there at the end, the ref. But no, it's good. Good 4 rounds under his belt now, and he can grow off the back of that. The experience that he definitely needs. There'll be loads to work on, but he's a great team behind him there. Jamie Moore, Nigel Travers. He's got his dad watching on. I'm sure he has plenty of experience. He could offer some advice with that. And look, he could have some exciting nights ahead for him.
Well, being the son of a boxing legend, he'll have a target on his back. But this is a bit. Say again?
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
I was looking here. There's a lot of super welterweights on the card. My own name is in there at super welterweight mix. So as he goes on, that's why I was saying the apprenticeship. Sometimes with the name comes in, you're almost fast tracked because your name sells.
Well, over to Thomas Triber for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, David Irving, scores the contest 40-34 for your winner and successful in his professional boxing debut, Prince Sami Hamed. And now let's welcome to the ring, Tariq Davis.
Well, the last fight on the prelims is this one. Tariq Davis, 29 years old. We last saw him on a Queensberry show in Scotland when he boxed Stephen Nunes. He had a decent amateur career, And now he's giving it his best on the pro side of the game. He just walks down those steps off that free arena stage here in Dublin and makes that walk to the ring.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Bobbi Flash Flood.
Well, this feels a little bit like deja vu. The professional debut of Bobbi Flood was exactly 140 days ago in this very arena and in this very ring. It lasted just 68 seconds. And I don't think I've ever experienced an atmosphere like it for a professional debut. The crowd come out for Bobbi Flood, and he puts on a performance in reward. And here he comes. Another big moment, another big night, another stepping stone in the journey, which looks like it's going to be very exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Mr. Q Casino, That Prize Guy, Rion Season, and Global Next Trade. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring the contest will be Emil Teat. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white, blue, and pink, and weighed in officially at 156 pounds, 8 ounces. Coming to us from Bradford, England, he has 2 professional bouts to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tariq Davis. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with white and purple, and weighed in officially at 155 pounds, 15 ounces. He had an outstanding amateur career, becoming a 10-time national champion and European champion, and now as a professional, undefeated with 2 wins. One of his 2 wins comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Dublin, Ireland, Bobbi Flash Flood.
Gentlemen, you know what I expect of you both. Keep it professional, keep it clean. Listen to my commands at all times. Touch them up, let's go to work.
Well, here we go then. Fight number 3 for the 10-time Irish champion, European gold medalist, and now 2-0 professional Bobbi Flood in there against Tariq Davis. Flood in the black and white shorts, straight out on the front foot in the orthodox stance, pushing Davis back with that jab of his.
He's a massive talent, Bobby. I know Bobby had been in the gym. I've seen him sparring in down at the Red Triangle gym, or not the Four Corners gym in Liverpool. Top talent. I knew him coming underneath me as an amateur. He was a year behind me, and if Tariq is not put together, the fight won't last too long. Mean intentions straight away, Bobby.
Tariq had quite a good amateur career. He certainly knows his way around the boxing ring. He's a shrewd man.
He looks pretty well put together. Looks clever enough.
Good jab down the middle there from Flood. And Davis got a nice tight guard.
Yeah.
I bet the sparring between you two was a good watch.
It wasn't sparring me. I don't think I've ever actually shared with him, but I've seen him in action. I think we both actually sparred Cleveland and Jericho the same day. Just fought for a world title against Josh Kelly. And I just know he's a quality operator. I just know him a long time. Seen him coming up. Great team around him. He's got Swifty in the corner with him. His dad is with him in the corner as well. But he's very well put together, Bobby. He's a top talent.
A nice left hook landed from Tariq Davis. The response was a 1-2 down the middle from Flood. He's got his man cornered again. There's those shots to the body. Right hook and then a left hook under the right elbow of Davis. Flood having a real good look here in the opening round as we go into the last minute. Not rushing his work.
No, definitely. Look, you can see Tariq Davis is well put together. You said he had a good amateur background, so it's like that. He's not going to come out and do anything silly. Bobby's looking mature. Landed a nice body shot there. So he's in no rush. But again, I just know when he does turn it on, I think we could see some fireworks.
Flood working off that jab. That lead hand is busy. He's keeping Davis guessing. He's always doing something with it.
Yeah, he's quite small, Davis. He's quite small, but he's got long arms, surprisingly long arms. So there's very little target, and he can kind of pop out. So he is awkward enough to let go on.
In the corner of Tariq Davis, encourage him to throw his hand, but I think the challenge is, Owen, that he's very conscious of the hand speed of Flood, isn't he? And as he opens his shots up himself, then he opens himself up.
Of course. Look, against someone of Bobby's quality and aggression, you don't want to leave too many gaps. But again, just depends. Look, if he's going to try and get through the 4 rounds, he's going to look to do as little as possible and try just defend and not let nothing get through. If he's going to look to try and steal any rounds off Bobby, that's where he could get it exposed a little bit.
Well, this one scheduled for 6 in the super welterweight division. Fight number 3 for Bobbi Flood. Of course, trained by Swifty Stephen Smith. Was a very talented fighter himself, and now looking after a very solid staple of fighters. And Flood straight out from that corner with mean intentions. He's got a beautiful jab as Flood just pings it straight down the middle of the guard of Davis. Lovely right hand there as well. Can he follow it up with a second phase attack?
He's just composed, Bobby. You know, I think he's last time out. I've seen him here. He come and he blew away that last guy we had in. He's looking like now he's just coming. He's earning his apprenticeship. He's a good, clever guy in front of him, and he's boxing accordingly. He's not done anything wrong. Like, so far, has been punch perfect. See him get behind his jab a little bit more and set stuff up.
Well, the corner team with Davis just shouting at him to say, do not stand there, don't stand in front of him. Because he'll have a field day, won't he?
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to stand in front of him. I think last time out, actually, the second fight, he had I think the Wanderer or something they call it. He boxed in the back foot. He didn't stand still for a second against him. But I think if you stand with Bobby, he'll expose some gaps like he's done there now. Pick lovely shots. Good up the middle. Good shot selection. That's exactly like that. You know, when there's something coming back, he's going to expose it.
It looked like that was the first one that really registered with Davis, that one.
Definitely.
Could tell his body language changed immediately, and here he is on the back foot.
He's not going to want to hear, let your hands go, come in too much more. Good body shot, even there. They're hurtful body shots.
Flood, a good counter puncher as well. Trying to get him to trying to get Davis to commit, and the gum shield has come flying out of his mouth there.
Yeah. I think it's Flood's gum shield.
As a Flood gum shield has come out.
Yeah, I think it just came, they both kind of threw at the same time, and it just got pushed out.
And Flood straight out of that corner, getting straight back to business. And Flood just trying to get his timing right. In the corner of Davis, screaming for him to throw his hands and move, get out of the way.
I think they might be giving him the wrong advice to say not to wait for him to throw, be first and then step in on him, but I think really he should be waiting and then trying to counter whatever comes back. Got through in a nice backhand there, but I think there's a cut. There's a little cut on Bobby's nose. There's a cut somewhere anyway on someone.
Good hand speed there from Flood. A couple of nice shots came back from Davis, but nothing which was going to turn any heads. And he just seems to be going through the motions more than anything, doesn't he, Flood?
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, he's comfortable. He's very experienced as an amateur, and he's getting good experience here as a pro. He's got a guy across from him that knows his way around. He can box. He's letting, so he can't be silly either. Tariq is letting some good backhands go over the top when Flood is standing too long, but he's well in control. He's had 2 great rounds. Just now, I think he's a cut now on the bridge of his nose. There's a cut somewhere, definitely. So it'll be just like making sure that doesn't open up. That might cause him any trouble down the line, but I don't think he's going to have any issue going forward in either round.
Well, Flood said that he wants to end this year 5-0, 6-0, somewhere around that. A good, busy, active year. And sit down with the team and look ahead to the future. I think matching him is going to be a real key thing with the right people, the right fighters.
Definitely.
But he's with the right people himself in terms of business-wise. And he looked after well.
Yeah. He's a great team around him. I think he's got Sonny and Anto managing. He's got he trains down with Swifty in Liverpool, so I'm sure he'll be developed correctly.
Left hook came over the top there from Davis. Flood resets and goes again. There he is, keeping busy, keeping Davis guessing with that lead hand of his. If it's not throwing punches, it's just guess what.
I'd just like to see him a little bit busier on the lead hand, dropping in the stabs, hitting the chest, hitting the head, just setting things up properly on that lead hand. But out from that, there's very little doing wrong. It's hard to look too impressive against Tariq. He's clever. He's sitting back. He's doing very little. Boxing kind of negative. He as he should. He's correct to do that. He doesn't want to get involved too much. When he does, Flood opens up and looks very well.
That was great work 10 or 15 seconds ago with the feet of Flood. He made Davis miss wildly. And then was straight back into the firing zone, firing range immediately after. In the corner of Davis, furious with him when he's just standing in the same place for too long of a period. It's been a hard night work, this one, for Davis, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think they need to cut him a bit of slack. When he's standing still, he's enjoying the little bit of piece he's getting. He doesn't want to be taking too many shots. He's a big puncher, Flood. He's fast. He's aggressive when he has you hurt. So he's correct, David, just to throw the bare minimum and keep away from him.
Some emotions spilling over in the corner of Tariq Davies. I want to see there, man.
6 rounds is a long time. for Tariq.
It is when you've got someone who's got blistering hand speed and feet. It's a very long time. Flood lands a beautiful right hand. There goes a left hook, and he's got his man on the ropes now. And the referee's really starting to have a look. David's legs look like they belong to somebody else, and he absolutely needed to go to the canvas there to try and reset. The Flood will jump straight back on him, and there's that jab, right hand over the top, and Davis in a bit of trouble here as he tries to land the right hand over the top of his own. And that was a tough 20 seconds or so, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Look, 6 rounds a long time. Struggling now after 3. He's got 3 more. It's a long time. Flood is comfortable. He's not come out a million miles an hour. He's boxing behind his jab. He's picking his shots. He's not pushing the base too much. But Tariq is not getting a second to relax.
I'm just looking at Tariq Davies in the corner there. He looks absolutely exhausted, doesn't he?
Yeah. Bobby's got. He's snuck in a lot of right hooks into the body as well. They're gonna wear a guy down. 6 rounds is a long time to be running away from somebody that's cutting you off. Land the big body shots, backing on your jab, walk him into a lot of uppercuts too.
Well, let's see how Flood starts this round. I imagine he's going to jump straight on him and finish. We'll start it in the same way that the previous round ended. And here he comes. Jab through the middle.
Yeah, I think he knows Bobby as well that he has him now on the back foot. He has him on the decline heavily. You know, 3 rounds in, when you're trying to slow down time and play about with gum cheeses and stuff like that, there's a lot of boxing left to do.
Must feel like a lifetime when you're on the receiving end of it anyway.
A minute's a long time, not 9-9.
World-class jab from Flood. He really is.
Yeah, he's a brilliant jab. Showing great maturity though, Flood, as well. He's very concentrated, very focused. Good shot, good footwork.
And Flood just starting to let his shots go a bit more now, and he's got him on the ropes, and there was a heavy left hook which landed, and Davies tries to grab hold of him, and Flood needs to make sure that he does as little of that as possible so he can carry on with the good work which he's doing. But I think we're going to see plenty more of the same.
Yeah, I'd like to see him drop down with his left hook now, Bobby. But he's there now to be stopped. Yeah, definitely is hurt now.
Flood has got his man exactly where he wants him.
Yeah.
This is reset and go, and I don't think we're going to see the rest of this round out.
No, I don't think Davis wants to be in there now. I think he wants out. He wants out, but I think it's just a matter of when now more than anything. I'd like to see him stay behind his jab, yeah, just as he is now.
Lovely turn and a right hand there from Flood. And Davies on the canvas yet again.
Yeah, he's going to buy as much time as he can. Look, he doesn't want in there now anymore.
One more sustained attack, and the referee will probably call it a day. There goes the towel, and that is absolutely the right decision. Yeah. Bobbi Flood wins fight number 3 of his professional career.
He's very, very good, Bobby. It's a brilliant performance. He's 100% the right call to throw it in there. He didn't want to be in there, just taking punishment.
That was the right move by the corner team. That fight was only going one way.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he won a moment of the fight, and he was getting hurt there in that last round, so there was no point in staying in there any longer.
Hats off to Tariq Davies. Comes over to Dublin and fights one of the many but very good up-and-coming stars in Bobbi Flood. And he did well, but the hand speed and the level I guess it's a level more than anything that
definitely.
Flood operates at. Is just far greater in the most respectful manner possible
100%
than Davies.
Again, he's going.
Well, over to Thomas Treiber with the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 27 seconds of round number 4. The red corner retires their fighter, and our referee in charge, Emil T, accepts their retirement. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Bobbi Flash Flood.
Well, congratulations to Bobbi Flood. He moves to 3-0. That is the end of the prelims. Thank you very much for your company. Thank you to Owen Lavin, and the action continues live on DAZN with Ben Fale kicking things off from 7 p.m. UK time.
Are we looking at the future of this sport? He's the most talked about heavyweight.
Someone's getting knocked out, definitely.